All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Out here once again with another weekly edification, letting you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know you are the children of Israel according to the scriptures. All right, you know, we're in this here place that the scriptures call Babylon the Great. All right, and we're in the hands of our oppressors, man. Esau, Edom. All right, who is, you know, living in the days, the last days of his rulership, man. All right, and you're seeing, how do I say, his kingdom come to naught, man. All right, but as the scripture also say, you know, let me actually go ahead and open up with that real quick, because we're going to get into, you know, what he's pushing for in these last days, man. All right, you got a lot of movement going on with this major prophecy, all right, that you know, a lot of these other end time prophecies are hinged on. All right, let me see, do I want to grab this first, or matter of fact, let me start at this other precept first, and then we'll come back to that, because, you know, and it's all into like, oh man, actually one other one came to mind as well. Let me grab, let me hold a couple precepts real quick, just to understand the times that we're in. All right, let me grab this other precept real quick. All right, so we're gonna start off here in the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. All right, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, and this is one of the most important things that we can be doing right now, man. Watching, listening, learning. All right, you know, like the scripture also say, the spirit of Yahweh is what? The spirit of prophecy. All right, and what is part of that that measuring stick? It's like, listen to this here madness going by. What is the so-called measuring stick of us measuring the time, man? All right, it's prophecy. All right, so as we're watching, what are we watching for? We're watching for these things that was written aforetime to come to pass. All right, and the Lord set forth his watchmen, all right, the prophets, to go out here and watch and warn the people, man. All right, so it says in 2nd Ezra 9:1, it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, and this is, you know, a key portion of what we're out here doing, man. All right, measuring the times, man. We're not just coming out here week in and week out and just reading scriptures into you just to be, you know, story time and everything else like that. No, man. We're putting these things into your mind, how do you say, renewing and refreshing these things into your mind. So when you see these things, when you hear about these prophecies, man, you know, when we go into these videos and things like that, you know, the main important thing we should be going into is what? Prophecies, man. To keep, how they say, renewing these mindsets into your mind. Hey, look, wars and rumors of wars, famines, plagues, and pestilence, man. The famine of the word, man. The MOTB, man. These are all the things that are constantly ringing out, you know, in our day-to-day lives right about now, man. All right, and one of the things we're going to get into, you know, Lord's will in today's lesson is going into what? The MOTB, man. All right, because this is something that's been making its ways throughout, you know, coming to fruition in these latter times, man. And there's a lot of debate. There was a lot of debate, all right, over the things of you know, what the MOTB would be. You know, some people said it's Christianity. All right, some people say it's sleeping with the so-called white woman. Some people say it's being a cop and killing unarmed Jakes. All right, but hey, as you see, hey, man, look, all these things are coming, being made manifest right now, man. All right, let me see if I can find that real quick. But all these things are being made manifest right now, and you know, you can see. Let me read this. 2nd Ezra 6. And let me just go to the point, verse 20. It says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And so, you know, as we go into, you know, we can grab that in, matter of fact, let me, like right here at it, Revelation chapter, let me start here first, Revelation 5, actually. All right, because this is part of, you know, that their mystery, you know, about the books being open before the firmaments, man. Because people see, again, people don't understand all these things. If you understood these prophecies, it would all make sense to you. You know, when you see these men on the highways and the byways and telling you the things that you're hearing, all right, just knowing the foundations of these prophecies, you would know, like, oh, this is the town that we was reading about. These are these prophecies actually taking place, man. These are the things that you're actually seeing being made manifest before your eyes. It would make that much more sense. But you know, most of the time, these people, they go to church, they don't really have real understanding of what's going on in the Bible. Now, something that's funny and ironic that's going on now is like you're starting to see a lot of these you know, pastors and things like that, and you know, and mainly these Edomite pastors, because you got these damn Israelite pastors over there cussing you out because they ain't got no Movado watch. All right, they don't got this and they don't got that, you know. But they over there, you know, man, to hell with them guys, man. But you see in a lot of these so-called Edomite pastors and things like that, you know, hey, they the ones over here watching, man. They're the ones watching and trying to put their own little twist onto what the actual prophets are saying, man. You know, I've been hearing lately some of these different outlets and things like that, them talking about the MOTB, man. Talking about what these things are going to be, man. You know, and you know, they you know, again, they can, how do I say, repeat what they're hearing, but, you know, they don't really have the full, you know, spirit, because, you know, they'll start talking about the MOTB, something being implanted under the skin, going into the root words of these things, and then they throw a whole monkey wrench in there talking about there's going to be a man that's going to come up into the earth called the Antichrist. We'll use their term. There's going to be a God that's going to come up, a world leader that's going to be the Antichrist. He's going to take over the world. He's going to do all this evil, wicked shit and everything else like that. But look, bro, hey, y'all missed the memo, man. Esau been on the earth the whole damn time, man, creating all this here wickedness, man. His whole system is against the Lord, man. So you over here waiting on one politician, one man to come up out of the earth to do all these things, man. You know, and that was a major stumbling block with your boy Obama, man. They used to say that, oh, Obama was the Antichrist, you know, using their terms again. You know, he was the man of sin, he was the devil and everything. Hey, that man came and he's gone, man. But you know, a lot of you Edomites, you know, you were focused in on that because, oh, he was the so-called black sheep of the bunch. But you didn't even realize Esau's whole system, man, and how demonic it was the whole time, man. All right, now, people look at these different politicians, oh, this guy's bad, this guy's bad, this guy's selling us out. Hey, man, it's the whole system in itself, man. All right, these guys are just puppets, man. They're just, you know, how do they have, you know, different people taking you know, let's say a pilot and a co-pilot, man. You know, the pilot is taking off on the plane, and he's flying from one destination to the next. Now, the pilot has to go to the bathroom, and now you got the co-pilot that's going to take over, man. But guess what? They both flying to the same destination, man. So it don't matter which one of those guys is flying the plane. They taking you to the same spot, man. All right, and this is what you have going on here today, man. But yet and still, our people are blind and oblivious to these things, man. You know, and like I said, you know, a lot of this is well, all of this is pretty much you know, how to say, circulated or encompassed, or the foundation of it all is prophecy, man. All right, and if you can't line it up in prophecy, then, you know, what do you really have here, man? All right, if you can't make the whole picture, like, oh, no, well, how do you know that this isn't what this is, and how do you know that that's not what that is? Well, because prophecy say so, man. All right, well, how do you know that, you know, Lord's will grab it? How do you know that they didn't already implement the MOTB? Well, the Lord said when he was about to fill his belly, then he was going to flee from the iron weapon. All right, when did Esau flee from the iron weapon? He hasn't. All right, so we know that these things aren't, you know, fulfilled, man. Or, well, shit, you can't buy or sell, say, if you either have the mark. All right, you know, going back to that, like, well, wait a minute. You know, there's not, you know, no more single so-called white ladies around that people ain't sleeping with. You're like, oh, you got to have a so-called white woman to go to the grocery store. You got to be a cop killing Jake to go to the grocery store. You got to believe in Christianity to go put some gas in your car. Nah, man, these ain't the systems that you're seeing being developed, man. But when you go into the store, you see these, I was somewhere the other day, and they was telling me to be able to pay for my stuff, man. You know, I was going to use my debit card anyway. But they were saying, just tap your card. I'm like, man, my car don't got the little tap feature, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, used to, I've always slide my card in for the little chip reader, right? But it's like, you just tap your card. I'm like, man, I don't got that. But these are the systems that they're preparing you for, man. You know, you see more and more systems now where you have the cards, you know, like most people now have cards with the chips in them. You slide your card in, read the chip, how do you say it? It's predictive programming, man. All right, then tapping your card and everything else like that. Now you have the Apple Pay, which you tap your phone, tap your watch. All right, they're getting you prepared for what? You know, and Lord's will grab it, but you know, you being able to pay with that chip inside of your hand, man. All right, well, let's go ahead and read this in Revelation 5, because, you know, speaking on this here, this prophecy. All right, this is one of the major things that you would, you know, base all of these things off of, man. All right, it's not how you feel. It's not how. Hey, if you can't go into the scriptures and find these things, man, it's like, well, why would we believe you? Everything that we need to know, like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of our time. All right, and where would we find this wisdom and this here knowledge? Inside the word, man. All right, so Revelation 5 and verse 1, it says, and I saw at the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor on earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much. It says, and I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and read the book, neither to look thereon. It says, and one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, have prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. All right, and so we know who that is. It's Yahushua, man. All right, and so we'll find out what he wound up doing with that, all right, with those words. This is Revelation 14, and I'll just start at the top. Revelation 14:1, it says, and lo, Salak, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having the Father's name written in their forehead. All right, now, you know, to the simple-minded people, again, this is why it's important for you to be able to understand these things, man. Have that eyesight, man, because some people will say, oh, in the forehead, so it's the same mark as they talking about in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Oh, they got a four, you know, because hey, really, when you think about it, you know, just let me see, 1, 2, 3 verses up, you know, because Revelation 13 and 16 talk about that mark in their right hand on their foreheads. You go Revelation 13, 16, 17, 18, then Revelation 14:1. You know, it's the simple mind will be like, oh, a mark and a mark is the same. No, man. You have to go into these words. These are different words and everything else like that, man. Just like in Ezekiel 9:4, that's a different word for a mark. That word is a mark of exemption, man. All right, but this is going into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this here truth, man. All right, if you know, this is where the Lord is how do I say, giving us this here knowledge, man. All right, verse 2, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard a voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000. So going into that new song, what is that new song talking about, man? That new song is basically the we were just reading about how no man was able to open the books except for Yahushua, man. All right, and that's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this here thing, going back to the books being opened before the firmament, man. Only the 144,000 would know about this new song, and they would start singing it aloud, man. All right, and how would they be doing these things, man? Let me see. Let me finish this off real quick, and I'm gonna grab another precept. Let me go ahead and grab that if I forget where it's at. Give me 1 second. So going back, Revelation 14:3, it says, and they sung as if it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. And these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. Now going into those men being virgins, this is not like, you know, your mindset of what you're thinking of a virgin, but these are, you know, using an example or how they say a metaphor. They were untouched, unmixed with other philosophies, other doctrines, like I said about some of these Christians, man. You know, they'll listen to what we're saying, you know, using that as one doctrine or philosophy and mixing it in with their own, you know, their own mindset. You know, like I said, hey, they can repeat word for word about going into the word charagma, going into, you know, being put under the flesh, putting into all these different things. But then guess what? They go and mix it with something else. Oh, the Antichrist, this guy here, he's going to come up and go be elected in office, and he's going to do all these wicked things. Hey, man, that's not in the scriptures. Like the scriptures now are even many anti-Hamashiachs, man, are against the Lord, man, against his ways, man. All right, look at the agendas that they're pushing nowadays, man. You know, your kids can, we're not going to talk about that, but, you know, the community stuff, man. All right, they have these different, how do I say, these different ideologies that they're pushing, promoting, this wokeism and everything else like that, man. All these different things are against what the Lord will be having going on, you know, in the kingdom of heaven, man, against what the Lord said, man. You know, he said, hey, a man and a woman should get together, man, but they said, telling you, you know, however you want to get down, man. All right, there's multiple different genders and things like that, but the Lord said he created male and female, man. All right, but so you sitting over here, you still over here, or you have these people preaching to you about some man that's coming out, you know, to take over and start ruling and everything else like that, but you already have all these things right there in front of your face. So how come you quote unquote can see about what the MOTB is going to be, All right, but you can't see that the damn devil is already reigning, man. He's walking around mask off right now, man. Esau is walking around, and not only that, he's being exposed on every level, man. You know, but the pride of your heart has deceived you. You don't want to hear, because you have so-called black and Latino men telling you that you the damn devil. You think it's something racist, but it ain't nothing racist, man. You even have these Moabites over in China and everybody else and all these other nations pointing you out, saying, hey, is this the man that did shake the kingdoms, that destroyed the earth, that opened out the house of his prisoners? Is this the man that's killing off everybody? Is this the damn devil? Everybody's pointing you out, but yet the pride of your heart, no. Whosoever love God, call on his son's name, they're going to be saved and all these. No, man. Hey, you're part of the wicked, man. All right? You just don't even know it by now, man. So they're mixing all these different ideologies and philosophies together, where they're not coming out of the scriptures with these things, man. All right, but yet you have the men of the Lord that's on the highways and the byways giving you that 100% truth, man, all throughout the scriptures, man. All right, but let's go back to that. Hold on. Let me jump and grab this, and Amos 3, and well, let me see. To cut that, I was speaking on this. Let me jump up real quick. Amos 3 and 1. It says, hear this word that Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Israel. So he specifically called out a group of people, all right, the children of Israel, all right, the lineage, the bloodline of Jacob, man, all right. It says, against the whole family, which I have brought up from the land of Egypt, saying. Now, let's translate this into modern day terminology. Just think about it. The children of Israel, all right, they was basically born as a nation. It was 70 souls that went down into Egypt, all right, and they came out as a small nation. All right, now he separated the Israelites from the Egyptians. All right, one race, one group of people that something happened to them. They was brought into captivity into the land of Egypt, right? And he brought that group of people out, man. That lineage, that bloodline of people out, man. Just like in today's times, Jake was sold into captivity again. Jacob. Jake is short for Jacob, all right, or Israel. We was sold into captivity again into another the new modern day Egyptians, man. All right, we was brought into captivity here in Babylon the Great. Now the Lord is about to redeem us back up out of Babylon the Great. Now back in the olden times with the Egyptians, did the Lord say, all right, some of you Egyptians going to come out, some of you Israelites going to come out, and some of these other folks that moved to Egypt? No, he brought the Israelites up out of Egypt, man. So at the same time here, man, you can't be like, oh, whoever believe in this and whoever believe in that, and if you just want to call yourself a child of God, that means you're a child of God and everything. Nah, man, the Egyptians believed that they was children of their gods, all right, but look, the Most High actually separated us from them, man. All right, so the same thing is happening nowadays, man. But yet and still you have, like I said, these people that are singing this old tune, this old song, telling you about these things. Oh, but just believe on Jesus, call on the name, confess his name and everything else like that. Hey, man, first of all, that's not even his name. Second of all, this wasn't even given unto you, man. This was given unto us. Just like in the days of Egypt, the Most High came to Moses and told him, hey, man, I'm about to get you and the children of Israel up out of here, man. Not deliver the Egyptians. Now, think about it. The Egyptians was probably being terrorized by the other Egyptians, the higher-ups. Probably had some low-level Egyptians that was paying a whole lot of money in taxes. That was probably getting screwed over by the Egyptian government and things like that. They probably had a rough time out there in Egypt and everything else like that. But, hey, did the Most High come and deliver them up out of their scenarios or anything that they was in? No, man. He delivered his people up out of there, man. So the same thing is going on here, man. Yeah, man, you might be being plagued by your own government, your own people doing these things unto you and everything else like that. But there's a huge difference between that going on and our people over here, man. We was brought over here in cargo slave ships, man. We was put over here into captivity. We was put over here to serve and things like that. Now the Most High is coming to bring us up out of this condition, to save us, to deliver us, man. You go to church week in and week out and you wonder, oh, I'm saved. We're saved from what, man? You still over here going into debt. You still about to get chipped up, all right? You got thermonuclear missiles being pointed at you from these other nations. All right, and you got all this tyranny over top of you. What the hell are you saved from, man? All right, oh yeah, we saved. We're gonna die and go to heaven. You in your heaven right now, man. All right, but Jake out here, a true sincere man, all right, the hopeful elect, we know what we're looking for, man. We're looking to be delivered up out of the hands of our enemy. All right, we're looking to be delivered from these final plagues that's coming upon the earth, man. We're looking to be delivered into the kingdom of heaven here on earth, man, to rule and to reign and to actually live a life, man. All right now you got, like the Valley of the Dry Bones, man. We out here, we in captivity, man. This is not the way to be living out here, man. All right, but you see Esau that's going out here and experiencing the world. All right, seeing all kind of things. Just how do I put it? One with the earth, man. All right, but Jake is out here struggling day in and day out, man. All right, so hey, this ain't life for Jake out here. But Jake is soon about to, like the scripture say, hey, I'm gonna write my laws in their inward parts, man, and they're gonna all be righteous, man. All right, you know, there's gonna be no more tears, no more pain, no more death, no more sorrow. All these things. This is what Jake is looking forward to, man. The deliverance. So hey, there's that cuts that separation. You know, that mixture. You know, like we just read, there's no gall in their mouth, man. Hey, these other people over here putting all these things together. How the hell are you gonna be sitting there ruling and living up on top? Then when your leaders start bringing it down upon you, you want to be saved and delivered from that little bit of time. Like, bro, wait a minute. We've been catching hell since day one we was over here, man. You just started catching hell in these last final moments, man. All right, now all of a sudden you're like, oh, we want to be saved. We want to be delivered from these things. For what, man? How proud can you be? All right, come on, man. What's going? It's just again going back to the Egyptians, man. You probably had some Egyptians that was living it up. Everything was all good for them and everything else like that. But then when the Lord started bringing those plagues on Egypt, all right, them Egyptians was catching hell out there, man. You know, you had the frogs. You know, you had the hailstones, the lightning. You know, you had the firstborns all dying off. You know, and that happened in a relatively short amount of time comparatively to the time that they was ruling and living it all up, man. So now think about it. Some of them Egyptians was catching hell. And they probably was like, oh, I want to be delivered from this. This place sucks. But hey, man, how long were you actually living up on top? How long were you living it up in a good life comparably to the days that you was having catching hell, man? Comparably to the Israelites, man. So it's nothing in comparison to that, man. All right. Going back, Amos 3:1. Amos 3:1. Hear this word that Yahweh was spoken against you, O children of Israel, and against the whole family which are brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, only you have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I punish you for your iniquities. It says, only you have I known of all the families of the earth. And what does the Lord mean by only you have I known? He never seen, like, oh my God, what are these people over here doing? Nah, man. Only, just like, man, look, think of it this way. Let's say, you know, you as a man, you got a wife, right? Now you go to work, and you know Tabitha, Samantha, Rebecca, Keisha, Carnisha, you know all these other women at the job and everything else like that. Y'all sit cubicles next to one another and everything else like that. You know them. You know they got kids. They might be married and everything else like that. You know who the hell they are, man. You know what kind of car they drive and everything else like that. But you don't know them as far as their secret parts, man. You don't know about laying with these women, man, because they just co-workers and things like that. You don't really know, you know what I'm saying? Let's say one of them got a little birthmark somewhere down there or something. You don't know about none of that stuff because you ain't never seen it like that. So you don't really know this woman like that, man. All right, but yet and still, you know who they are. So the Most High know who these other nations are. He created all these different nations. But who is he near to? Who is the one that, just like, again, the relationship, man? You know all these other women, but you don't know what's her favorite foods, what she like, what she don't like, what she's allergic to. You know, the last time she ate, what you provided for her, and everything else like that. Because, nah, I ain't really dealing with them like that. I'm dealing with my woman, man. And that's how the Most High is dealing with his people, man. All right, the only people that he know of all the families of the earth, man, is the people who he put his name upon, the people he put his spirit upon, man. All right, that's going to be the Israelites. All right. But let me get to the point that I wanted to grab in verse 7. You know, going back to the new song, right? Amos 3:7 says, surely Yahweh's power will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So going back to this here new song being sung, all right, you know, with the times that we're living in, all right, being able to measure the times that we're in, we can see because why? The Lord has given this here wisdom, knowledge, and understanding unto his prophets, man. For them to be able to see these things and to redeem the times that we're living in. For them to be able to go out to the highways and the byways and raise up the rest of the elect, man. He gave this into his servants, the prophets, man. So it's just not like any and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, any and everybody can regurgitate these things. But how many of them can actually go and show you the secret parts of these scriptures, man? You go, I'm gonna keep using this example because it was something funny that I was like, oh damn, you know, I didn't heard this certain channel, you know what I'm saying? Because now they do bring out not to say that they bring out a lot of information, because on this here channel, you know, they like 85 to 90% of the things that they have on the channel is just news clips, right? And it's a very small percentage of them talking on there, you know. But it's funny how when they, you know, they do start talking, you know, they start screwing things up. But yet and still, you know, you hear them talking about certain things, and beforehand it's like, well, this is coming, that's coming, this is coming. But now all of a sudden your talking points are the same as the men of the Lord. You're now going into these certain root words. You're now going into certain articles talking about certain things. And they're like, hey, this is just like the same things that we're saying. But guess what? You go and you mix it with your own ideology to try to make it seem as if it's yours, man. All right, that's a major sign of like, look, bro, the Lord didn't put these words into your mouth, man. And when people go and you ask you about these things or ask you about these other subjects and things like that, you have no idea about these things, man. All right, just talk about them, just confess the Lord, and you're gonna be saved. Saved from what? You know, you talking about you know, that what they call a how does it word it, a pre-rapture tribulation. You know, the same channel I'm thinking about. You know, they always keep talking about all these different things. Why the hell you got to ask these people this? Why the hell you telling all your congregation, the so-called church, you know, you think that the elect is the church and everything else like that, in their sense, you know, the people that go to church on Sunday and believe in the Lord, why the hell you even telling them about, you know, what's coming down the pipeline, all the bad stuff, the judgment that's coming down the pipeline, if y'all believe that y'all gonna be raptured up out of here before the tribulation come anyway? They shouldn't even know about none of these things. It's like, well, shit, I mean, we're gonna be gone before it come anyway, so what's the point of even telling us about it? You know, like, just like here in Florida, we got hurricanes, right? Why the hell you gonna tell me about what's gonna happen when the hurricane hit? We're gonna evacuate. We're not even gonna be here during the hurricane season, so we don't even care about what's gonna happen because we're gonna be gone during hurricane season. It don't matter if the power gonna go off or not. We're not gonna be there, so don't even tell us about it. So you have to ask these people these questions, man, but they don't have any answers to these things, man. They're in the middle of this great tribulation as we speak right now, and they don't have no answers to their congregations, man. All right, they don't have you know, when some of these people hear about the Israelites and they start going into the how I say the different precepts about different things and start answering questions, and then these people go back to their churches and they ask, well, what about this? Who is Jacob and who is Esau? Who are these people? What does this mean and what does that mean? They're like, oh, well, quickest thing that they can go and do. Oh, Esau was already done away with. Well, what do you mean he was done away with? How come we keep reading about him in certain portions of the scriptures, man? Who is this evil person that's going to come in the end days, man? Oh, it's going to be Satan himself and everything else like that. Well, wait a minute. We see all this stuff being put down on the earth. Like, so would you say that the time that we're living in right now is not the most evilest times that we're living in? Do you think that, like, I mean, granted, it is going to get worse than this, but you don't think that, like, you know, would you think the times we're living in is righteous right now? Because you think it's just going to be an on-off switch? Like, okay, one day there's going to be a man of sin that's just going to pop up on the scene and turn everything upside down? Everything's already upside down, man. Look at your food is tainted, your water's tainted, the minds of these people is tainted. All right, you can't even send your kids to school with you know, with good faith that they're not going to come back being corrupted, man. So the man of sin is already walking on the earth right about now doing his thing, man. But yet these people, they still telling you, oh, there's going to be an antichrist that's going to come and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. They blind deceiving these things, man. So, hey, man, these people don't really know what's really going on. But the Lord revealed his secrets unto whom? The servants, the prophets, man. Now, the prophets have been out here on the highways and the byways, you know, like they say, with the foolishness of preaching, where people laughed at us, scoffed at us, called us all kind of names. But, hey, at the end all be all these things now are coming to pass, man. All these things are being made manifest right now at this here point. All the things that we've been telling you about, hey, you know, before 2020, you know, Babylon coming to an end, the grinding ceasing, and everything else like that, when everybody thought that they was going to just go on forever, man. Everybody thought that they're just going to just keep living their life, living their best life. And then guess what? You know, they laughed at us, scoffed at us, oh, go get a job, you bum-a-lights, and everything else like that. Now a lot of these people is homeless. A lot of these people are without jobs. A lot of these people are sad and sorrow right about now, man. The city of Memphis is broken down. But guess who told you this before it came to pass, man? The men of the Lord that was out on the highways and the byways. Some people telling you, hey, it ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble. It ain't going to be no trials. It ain't going to be no tribulations. But, hey, what do you see is coming over the horizon? All right, it's like the weatherman telling you, hey, man, it's not going to storm today. It's going to be a sunny day all day. But you looking out the damn window, you see dark clouds and thunder and lightning. You know what I'm saying? You can even smell the damn rain coming, man. Like, man, I don't know what he talking about. But, I mean, I see rain over the horizon, man. All right, you know, but this is, you know, a sign of who the true men of the Lord are, man. But, you know, some people still aren't going to get it because that pride has have them puffed up, man. We're not talking about the Edomites. We're talking about, you know, because the scripture say the wicked's not going to get it. But we're talking about of our people, man. Because you have, like I said, man, it's funny that you have some of these Edomites that's taking heed, you know, with their pride, they're taking heed to what we're saying, and they're copying some of these things. But then you got Jake that's out there that'll, like, hear what we're saying, you know, they yeah. You know, like, there's a scripture that goes into that. Let me grab that real quick. This is, we're going to get back to those other precepts real quick, but, this is Ezekiel chapter 33 and 30. It says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the house, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear with the word that cometh from the Lord. All right, and so, hey, again, so, you know, you have our people that, you know, for a time being, you know, hey, to give you an example of some of these things that happened like that was like, hang on, Salakia. You know, with Kevin Samuels, right? You know, there was a lot of people that was circulating his videos to do what? To so-called laugh and scoff. Hey, did you hear what this man saying? And it's for so-called entertainment purposes. But you had a small percentage that was actually using that for their how do I say, their benefit, for their gain. Same with this here truth, man. You have some people that'll sit here and we seen this some years back, man. People would ride by, pull out their cell phones, and be videotaping. You have to tell them no pictures, no videos, because what was they doing, man? Re-uploading it on their own pages for laughing and scoffing purposes. Look at these dumb Negroes out here doing this stupid shit. Look at these people. Look how dumb they are, man. But hey, check the temperature nowadays, man. People walk by now, they either hold their head down, they walk by, some of them say shalom and keep it moving. Some of them just try to get on the other side of the block and keep it moving and everything else. Like, they don't have the same that same energy no more, because hey, they've heard the message what we've been saying. They came and they've heard this is for entertainment purposes, all right. But then now all of a sudden, this shit got real outside, man. Damn, now they being, well, let's finish it off. But they've been pricked with these here words, and it's just like, damn it, man. They might have been right. I don't want to hear it, but they might have been right. And then they'll have that what they call cognitive dissonance, man. They'll continue to lie to themselves, man. I don't want that negativity around me. I don't want that negativity. Hey, your life is like that because you just sit there and watch this negativity. All you do is watch the news all day. This is why your life is like that. Like, well, motherfucker, you don't watch the news at all, and all you do is have these so-called positive affirmations day in and day out. And guess what? You paying the same amount of money for gas as I'm paying. You paying the same amount of money for groceries as I'm paying right now. You know what I'm saying? We in the same predicament. What the hell are you talking about? The only difference is, we got that rest in the Lord. That we know what the end game is, man. We not really, we going through these things, but we're happy about these things. Hey, man, we see this place is coming to an end. All right, we're getting closer and closer to an economic collapse, which is bringing us to the MOTB. The scriptures say when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High gonna rain it upon him. So we know that the end is coming. So we're rejoicing at these things while you sorrowing over these things, man. So, but we're in the same boat, but yet and still, you cognitive dissonance. You lying to yourself. Oh, no, y'all just like that because y'all believe this. You attracting this negativity. It's the law of attraction, my brother. You got this, man. Y'all, to hell with you niggas, man. All right, the Lord is making all these things made manifest, man. All right, let me read that one more time. Let me go back. I'm gonna come back to this other precept I was holding as well. But I wanted to read this in 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 20 again. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. All right, your world is vanishing away, man. All right, the days of going out in these big ass crowds, you know what I'm saying, is done, man. They got the social distancing now. A lot of people don't even want to go out to these different events because of the first pandemic. Now you got the second one coming around, the airborne one, people touching folks and you breaking all out and everything else like that, man. All right, the first one, you had people that could hide it. They was so-called sick, all right, but they was just like, hey, well, you can't really see it on me. I might have this or I might have that, and I can sit here and lie about it. Hey, the second one, man, you're going to be visually, visually outed, man. But so you have these people that's being afraid of going out and everything else like that. They're not doing the same things that they was doing before, man. Some of these people have this as an excuse. Hey, let's go out to the football game, or let's go out to the theme park, or let's go and travel, let's go to this. Nah, man, they got the such and such out there, man. They got this here. I ain't trying to catch that, man. I ain't trying to send my kids to school for that, man. I don't want to go work out there like that, man, because they got this out here, man. All right, so, hey, that world is that you remember when you was going out having a high life, all right, going out and splurging and spending money and going to these different events, these clubs, all that's done away with, man. And even if you wasn't afraid of those types of things, man, do you really got the money to go spend on these things nowadays, man? All right, you got a bunch of you Negroes that's out here about to go to get locked up over these PPP scams. All right, Biden just signed something into a law about that. All right, he coming after you niggas, man. You thought that you was going to get off on these things? Nah, man. And that only lasted, 3 months? Niggas out there stunting with their paper tags on their chargers and they Challengers and Hellcats and buying bags and stuff, talking about everybody broke. 3 months later, everybody's silent, man. 3 months later, everybody talking about, we need another stimulus package, man. But look, hey, man, now, all these snares and these traps, these things that you depend on is going to be part of your shame, man. All right, you're going to have to be eating from the fruit of your own devices, man. Lord's will grab that too as well in Proverbs chapter 1. But, hey, man, these things are all coming back to bite you in your ass right now, man. All right, the days of your mirth, the days of you're just living it up and all these things is coming to an end. No matter how much you try to so-called ignore these things, no matter how hard you try to, how they would say, manifest these things away with your cognitive dissonance. Hey, man, you can't keep lying to yourself no more, man. You're going to be affected by these things, man. All right, one way or the other, man. They're making it for these things to fulfill what? Prophecy, man. No man's going to be able to buy or sell save he that have that mark, man. All right, and how are they going to do that? You're going to be like, oh, I got my own money. I do this and I do that. Hey, man, they coming to an end with all these things, man. All right, you may have all the money in the world, but if the store you're trying to go to don't accept this type of currency, what are you going to do at that point in time, man? All right, so hey, you have to sit there and put these things into an actual mindset of, hey man, these things are gonna happen regardless of what you believe and what you have in your own, you know, have into your own, your own will, more or less to say. All right, so let's go back to this here scripture, 2nd Ezra 6 and 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be open before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Hey, now you're starting to see, like I said, no matter if you want to have your cognitive dissonance, all right, you want to believe this is that, or the MOTB is something else, or so. Hey man, look, the books are being opened before the firmament. The word is going out over the internet, all right, on all these different platforms. You got the minute of the Lord, like I said, whether it's you can't do nothing against the Most High, but for the Most High, man. All right, you have people that's going out and uploading videos of us, taking videos of us, putting it on their social sites to laugh and scoff and make fun of us. But then what? People recognize the imagery. So when they come back across it again for the second time, they already know what it is. All right, maybe they want to come up and try to challenge and scoff and everything else like that, then get shut down, get cut in the spirit, go home and start studying, start believing in other things like that. Then hey, that seed is being planted, man. Whether it's for salvation or whether it's for judgment, man. But these things are all coming to fruition right now, man. How many people have heard about what the MOTB is now, based off of what? The men of the Lord that's been on the highways and the byways telling you what it was, man. All right, bringing up that controversial topic, man. Oh, it's this, oh, it's that, But now all of a sudden, what we've been telling you that it was, you seeing it being put into fruition right about now, man. You seeing laws being created for these things right about now, man. All right, we've been telling you about this here implantable chip, all right, being put into your skin. All right, way before they started having like, Apple Pay, Tap Pay, all these different things like that, man. Before they had these small microchips, man. I mean, not before they had the small microchips, but, they've had them, but before they had a use for all these things, man. All right, with the, I got a couple articles, I'm going to read one of them. Lord's will, we'll get to it. They're talking about how with the pandemic, it kind of pushed and it pushed the so-called need, or how do I put it? Problem, reaction, solution. They already had the solution, but they needed to create a problem, all right, and then have the reaction to bring in the solution, man. So they created the atmosphere for these certain things, man. All right, it's like, for instance, if I want to, sell you tires or something like that, like, well, I got tires, my tires is good. Well, how about I introduce a little bit of chaos, throw some nails down in there. Now you got a hole in your tire. Now you need me. All right, now there's a need for these here tires, man. Create a demand for that supply. And this is what they wound up doing with this, pandemic and things like that. Oh, no, you can't touch the money. We got a shortage of the money, shortage of coins and shortage of these things. And, money transmits these different viruses, these different diseases. They got the first Jake woman that was talking about she didn't catch the little monkey see, monkey do situation from a sexually transmitted situation. She got it because she was working in a gas station. Somebody came in there with some dirty money and gave her some dirty money, man. And then now look at her face, and then, emotionally, you're going to be looking at that message like, oh, that's nasty, that's gross. I don't want to be touching and handling money like that, no way. So how about this? We'll just do a tap to pay. I ain't got to touch it. I just have my own phone and tap that. And then guess what? When your phone, they just had a scenario where all these Apple devices getting, there's a possibility for them to get hacked and everything else like that. Problem, reaction, solution. Well, if they can hack my phone and all my banking information, all my passwords is in there, and I don't want them to steal my account and drain all of my money and everything, and they can't take, they can't do nothing about it. How about I just put it all in my inward parts, man? And I just tap my hand or something like that. I'm already used to tapping my watch. How about I just tap my hand? Come on, man. They've been, like nowadays, it's like they tell you, hey, man, you worried about your apps tracking you. They've been tracking you, man. If you got a cell phone, they've been tracking you the whole time, man. So what's the point now if you're trying to hide from being tracked, man? All right, but hey, again, going into problem, reaction, solution, they've created these scenarios, all right, to usher in what? The MOTB, man. All right. Well, let's go back to this Ezekiel chapter 33 and 30. All right, because hey, like I said, a lot of these people were laughing and scoffing at us and things like that for, a point in time that that we were out on the highways and the byways. Well, hey, it actually brought a lot of these topics up into discussion boards, man. All right, conversations at dinner, whether it be laughing and scoffing, man. All right, oh man, and see these stupid niggas, they believe that, I remember, back in the days, people used to see the signs of the missiles with the USSR missile, man. All right, y'all thinking, the USSR is gone, right? The USSR ain't around no more. Why y'all got signs of USSR missiles, man? Hey, because you don't understand prophecy, man. The hooks being put into the jaws of Russia, bringing them back to that old USSR state, all right, and them shooting these, and then going back to the Cold War, where it was USSR versus America, man, all right, or the beast system, all right. So hey, what do you think is going on right now, man? These things are all coming back full circle, but by way of what? The prophets, man. All right, again, people was laughing and scoffing about, like I said, the USSR missiles. But now you showing those missiles, they walk by, they put their head down. I'm like, damn it, man. What can I say? Because look, regardless of what we say, you may come to us for questions now. What's going on with Russia and Ukraine and everything else like that, man? Why does Russia keep talking about nuclear this and nuclear that? They gonna nuke the Ukrainians? Like, well, no, the Ukrainians ain't really the problem. It's America that keep arming their ass. So if they gotta, they say cut the head off the snake, Ukraine will fall overnight if it wasn't for the Western supply of arms and things like this, man. And really, it's America, because the rest of the so-called Western powers, they need Russia for their energy, man. All right, they actually trying to, you starting to see that relationship break up between them and America, man. So ultimately, all these things are coming to pass, man. Another one, the chariots, man. Used to be on the highways and the byways, people see us holding up the so-called UFO signs. Oh man, look at these stupid niggas, man. I'm ashamed to be black, man. These niggas out here, but y'all believe in UFOs? I mean, y'all some stupid niggas, man. You tell your relatives and your family about these things, man. But then, hey, look, Esau all of a sudden released the information about they call them UAPs now, all right, or the chariots now is what we call them. They released information about these things. They're like, oh shit, man, what's going on now? We got UFOs, we got aliens now, we got all this, we got that. So now, hey, you rather you rather be put on than to find out at the last moment, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we've been telling you about the chariots, man. Hey, first of all, they ain't UFOs. We can identify them. All right, we know that these are the chariots according to the scriptures. They're written throughout all the scriptures and everything else like that. And we know who's in those chariots, man. It's the angels that's in those chariots, man. This is how we're gonna be delivered up out of this here place. You talk about thermonuclear destruction. Well, what you niggas is gonna do? Hey, man, in the same time of World War III, you're gonna see them so-called UFOs pop up, man. And we gonna, Lord's will, we're gonna be beamed up into them chariots, man. All right, we're gonna be taken up out of here. We're gonna be delivered up out of here. We're gonna be saved up out of here, man. You don't know what the hell you're trying to be saved from, or you over here trying to fight the damn chariots, man. I'm like, well, that was your deliverance ride, man. Like the scriptures say, with salvation so far beyond all that they looked for. Let me just touch on that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall, hang on, these niggas. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as has afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And hey, we've been doing that on the highways and the byways, all right? In the face of Esau, there was some time in the past where that was a shocking thing, man. People would see us on the highways and the byways amongst all these damn Edomites, calling them out, telling them they're going into slavery. People, oh, how dare you say these things? Call the police, and the police come up into the interaction, they're like, well, wait a minute. I mean, they ain't really did nothing wrong. They got the right to say what they're saying and doing what they're doing, and these people go walk off butthurt. Nowadays, they don't even call the police, man. Nowadays, the police, they ride by and wave. They know who the hell we are, man. All right, but hey, you also see us on the YouTube and all these different channels, man, calling these people out. They got a new thing out now where you can't even criticize your boy, we'll call him G-Source, all right, the Red Childs, or the UN. All these different situations, you know who I'm talking about, but they got flags out for these things nowadays, man. You can't talk about these niggas. Why? Because, like, if it was fake about them, then don't nobody care about these things, man. That's why you got the tabloids, right? You go to the grocery store, you see the tabloids, there's a bunch of fake stories, half boy, half shark going on out there, and, all these different things. Don't nobody care about that, man, because it's what they call, quote-unquote, fake news. But when it's really, you really exposing some people about some things that's really, really going on, and there's a problem about these things, man. They got to make a move, like the lady that, I don't even know if we get to speak about this, but there was Ellen DeGeneres, I believe, is her ex-girlfriend. All right, was doing this here movie about the situation involving, people's children, basically, trying to be a little PC with it, and then they had her in a car accident, which was a very strange, odd scenario. Went from one car accident to another car accident in the same day. Then all of a sudden she was fine. Then she was in a coma. Then all of a sudden she dead. We're like, what the hell going on with this, But hey, when you find out what she was into, it's like, well, this is like the same thing they want to do to us. You're about to expose them for what they're doing. All right, you're like, no, this is too much. We gotta silence that, man. All right, but hey, if she was making a movie on finding goddamn, Dragon Balls and something in the goddamn dragon, all right, for Dragon Ball Z type shit, they wouldn't care about that. Oh, we gotta make a movie about Pokemon and everything else like that. They wouldn't give a damn about those things, man. But because you exposing the truth, man, that's where their issue comes into play at. Give me 1 second. Damn it, man. Hang on 1 second. All right, so hey, you know when you know the tall tale signs of how certain things go down. I had never known this woman, never known anything about this woman or anything else like that. But when I heard the story of what was going on, you had two different car accidents that happened at the same time. Um, you know, you had the Jake woman that then crashed, and you had this Edomite woman that then crashed, right? Come on, man. But hearing the story of the Edomite woman crashing, all right, after hearing, you know, like I said, the scenario from her first getting into her little car accident, then all of a sudden being fine to going into a coma, then a couple days later dying. I was like, that don't even sound right, but what else was she into? You know, then come to find out, oh, this is Ellen DeGeneres' ex-girlfriend. Like, oh, she might have been trying to hide something. And then now the information comes out that old girl was making this here film. But hey, you be able to recognize these different things. But let's get back onto this here topic, because I was going into, you know, Esau or Jake. You know, when Jake hear about what we talking about, you know, they laugh at it, scoff at it. But then, hey, it comes back around full circle. And then now all of a sudden they being pricked there with those words, man. You know, from the chariots, the UFOs, or the missiles, all right, and then ultimately what you're gonna get back into is the MOTB, all right. All these different things are being made manifest right now, man. All these things are coming out to the forefront, and like the scripture say, at the end it's gonna speak and not lie, all right. So right now you're seeing a lot of these things speaking full force, all right. So going back, Wisdom of Solomon, because I was speaking on the chariots, Wisdom of Solomon 5:2, and when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And that's another, we're going to go back to Ezekiel 33 and 30. It's another feeling that they're going to get, man. We told you that Babylon the Great was coming to a screeching halt. The grinding was going to cease. People laughed at us, told us to go get jobs, called us bums. But then, hey, 2020 came through. And guess what? Everybody had to shut the hell up. Everybody had to sit the hell down. And they was looking stupid, man. Finding themselves, man. All these, slop here. All these proud ass people, man, that was so-called living it up, living their best life. You know, that was the tune of 2019. They living their best life. 2020, man, they shut the hell up, man. They was looking for that big bounce back, man. Now they was all going broke and everything else like that, man. You know, and they was trying to so-called recover from these things. But hey, we told you about these things, but guess what? Now that I told you so moment came in the past, man. That was when all the prophets' phones started ringing up again from past relatives, or you know, relatives from the past friends, past girlfriends and things like that. That's when people start, hey, how you doing? How you been doing? How's everything going? Yeah, you heard about this pandemic. What you think about that, man? What you think about these things that's going on? What does this mean? What does that mean? You know, I heard you talk about this in the Bible, but you know, them so-called UFOs. I remember you used to talk about the UFOs and everything else like that. What you think about the Pentagon releasing this here information now? What you, I know you was talking about that chip, and I see this and that going on. I seen this in the story the other day. What you think that might mean? Well, what's going on with this? So now everybody got all these questions, man. All right, but going back, Wisdom of Solomon 5:2, and when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. All right, so hey, that strangeness of that salvation, man. Like I said, man, the last thing that they got in their mind, you go to these churches and you tell them about so-called UFOs, man. Hey, man, the Lord finna pull up in so-called UFOs. Oh, you stupid, boy. What the hell you thinking about so-called UFOs and this and that? Hey, man, you tell them, hey, what y'all think about the news talking about some so-called UFOs? Boy, ain't no such thing as UFOs. You know, the news be lying to you and everything else like that. Well, let's go into the scriptures. What about, you know, 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, man? You know, walking under the cloud, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, man? The cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. What do you think that was? It was a goddamn cloud they was walking under. They tell you it was a cloud and a pillar of fire. Hey, man, you ever tried walking up under a cloud, man? All right, for 40 days, you know what I'm saying? For any period of time at that. All right, what kind of pillar of fire was this that was going on? You ever seen fire just floating in the air or anything else like that? Nah, man, that was the lights from the chariots, man. All right, so, hey, when Rahab and them saw that pull up, man, what the hell you thought was going on? Just like these people, when they see, Matter of fact, the movie Independence Day, when they seen that chariot pull up, man, they was out there shitting bricks, man. The same thing Rahab the harlot was doing. Like, hey, we see y'all pulling up, bro. We can see y'all from a distance. We out here in the middle of the damn desert. We see y'all. Hey, we know what y'all just did over there. So now what do you think is going to happen over here? These people was trembling in their boots, man. So to see these things that's going on in these modern day times, you see it on the news. When they see these so-called UFOs, man, they got the Pentagon Papers. How's it going, man? They have these Pentagon Papers and everything else like that. What do you think the how do I say the spirit of these people are now, man? All right, matter of fact, we can read it in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7, I believe it is. It says, behold, Revelation 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall will because of him. Even so, amen. So, hey, you know, just like in the olden days, Rahab the harlot, when they seen these chariots pulling up, and they was afraid, man. Same thing nowadays when the Pentagon's releasing these images of the chariots and everything else like that, and you talking about all these pilots have been seeing these things, all right, the military been seeing these things, and then we have people that used to call, you know, they got a war on this right now, we're going to call them CTs, all right? They got a war on these things talking about, oh, these people are so dangerous, they're how you say, spreading misinformation and all these things it's a bad thing. When it's funny when you equate the word, you know, they've redefined this word, those CTs, they've redefined these to what they were, because, you know, that word goes into, you know, conspire, all right, with one breath, all right, and then like there's a difference between, you know, I'll give you an example. There's a difference between planning a bank robbery and actually committing a bank robbery. One of them would be the theory, the planning of it, you know what I'm saying? Just what we're going to do. This is how we would do it if we was going to do it, and this is how it's going to go down. And then you get rid of the theory portion when you actually go and fulfill your plan, man. So, like, by definition, what the hell's so hard for you to believe into those things, man? All right, these things happen day in and day out, man. You Jakes in the hood, y'all all a part of these things, man. You know, you go in the hood, hey, man, we finna go hit a lick on Ray and them up the block. We heard these niggas got 30 bricks in their trunk, man. We finna go hit these niggas, man. As soon as they go out to the so-and-so, or they just got a new flat screen TV, they've going on vacation, we finna go hit. Hey, man, all y'all is conspiring against other Jakes, man. This is what you doing, man. You know, you sitting over there plotting and scheming. That's what y'all call it, scheming on each other, man. But when you talk about what they've rebranded this definition into, really they talking about the prophets, because lo and behold, come to find out, it's one of these CTs until it actually comes to pass, and then they say, oh, this is what it was, man. So like the chariots, this was the CT beforehand. Oh, they're just spreading lies. Hey, man, 10 years ago, if you was talking about so-called UFOs, people looked at you crazy, man. You would probably lose your job. You might lose your kids because you're not a sane, fit person. You know what I'm saying? You might even lose your relationship with your old lady. Your family might disown you. Be like, boy, you smoking too much of that dope out there, man. What the hell are you talking about? But nowadays, you talk about it like, yeah, I guess the new, you know, Esau did tell us about these things. So now, like, wait a minute. But because we told you beforehand, all right, you know what I'm saying? We crazy. But see, again, like I said, this is basically like the definition of these things. Because what would you have called Noah back in those days, man? Was he conspiring with the Lord to drown all the people? Hey, man, look, it's about to start raining from the sky, man. Water finna start coming from the sky. It's gonna drown all you niggas, man. Y'all need to get on this boat. Y'all need to repent. Come follow me, get on this here boat. What do you think the mindset to these people was, man? Oh, this nigga is crazy, man. The hell you mean? Now, you got to picture at this point in time, water never came from the sky. Water came from out of the ground. You know, you had geysers and stuff like that, and you had the dew that was on the earth that would raise up, you know, lakes and stuff, just like how it is nowadays. You wake up and the grass is wet with the dew of the earth, man. You know, you got certain bodies of water that, you know, early in the morning, the water start rising up, you know, with the mist and the dew, and it just falls back down on the ground, man. All right? That's how the earth was watered beforehand. All right? You didn't have a concept of water coming out of the sky like rain, like how we picture it today. All right? But you got this guy that's walking around for 120 years, I believe it was, telling these people, hey, bro, it's about to rain from the sky, man. There's going to be so much water that it's going to cover your whole body, man. It's going to cover your house, cover all these trees. All this stuff is about to be flooded out, man. They ain't never seen nothing like that a day in their life, man. So you have to understand, like, well, was he a CT at that point in time? Was Noah one of these crazy guys that believed in CTs, or was he a prophet of the Lord? The Lord told him before these things come to pass that this was going to come to pass, man. And now we all can see, look, in hindsight, that, yeah, you know, everybody nowadays looking in hindsight say, yeah, I would have listened to Noah. I would have believed Noah. I would have been one of the persons that got on the boat with Noah. Like, yeah, it sounds plausible what Noah was saying was the right thing to do, because the Lord told Noah about the flood. But yet at that point in time, how many people got on the boat with Noah? It was Noah and what was 8 souls total, man. Noah, his 3 sons, and then his 3 sons' wives, and then Noah's wife. 8 people. All right. Those are the only people that believed, man. Out of the whole population at that point in time, they didn't believe, man. All right. But now it's like I said, it's a so-called war on this truth going out, man. There's an information war is what they call it, man. All right. So hey, back in the olden days, there was an information war with Noah and the flood, man. Hey, they telling Noah, hey, bro, it's not gonna rain from the sky, man. It's not gonna flood out here, man. They're pushing their agenda, saying all these different things. Hey, bro, you going off with those things. All right, just like how we are today, man. Hey, man, look, it's gonna rain thermonuclear missiles down on this here place, turning this place into the lake of fire, man. You about to be flooded with thermonuclear fire out in this bad boy, man. All right, the sky's about to be blotted out with these chariots out here, man. They about to force a microchip inside of you, man. So you're not gonna be able to buy or sell out here, man. But yet and still they call us these CTs out here. We're gonna have to keep using that word because why? You know, they don't. It's an information war, man. They don't want you to know the truth. But then at the end all be all, man, the prophecy is what's gonna stand, man. All right, so let's go back to that in Ezekiel. Well, let me finish this in Wisdom of Solomon, verse 5 and 2. Let me just start at the top. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed with the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. So, hey, the last thing that they're going to be thinking of, you know, you go to these churches, a lot of the times they think of, oh, the Lord's going to come, crack open the skies, and we're going to just walk up into heaven, or something like of that sort. Or he's going to come down with a white horse, a Pegasus type deal, you know what I'm saying, and the Lord is going to call us up. But the last thing that they have in their mind is what? The Lord is going to come, and what you call a so-called UFO. They say, oh, the Lord don't need no UFO. But like, yo, but in the scriptures, they tell you about the chariots of the Lord, man. What is a chariot? A chariot is a vehicle, man. All right, so, hey, if we, you know, how do I put it? Almost like a model of what the Lord has. Like, hey, don't the Lord, you know, have a throne? Don't they describe the Lord's throne in the scriptures, man? All right, and I believe what the book of Daniel, they describe the Lord's throne. Don't we have somewhat, like our kings have thrones and things like that, our nice seat, our couch, you know, the Lord's garments and everything else like that? Don't we have garments and things like that? Hey, the Lord up there fresh to death, decked out and everything. Aren't we decked out here, man? You know what I'm saying? So what make you think if look at Jake, man. Jake be having fly-ass chariots, man. Big rims on there, loud-ass speakers, all kind of lights on there, different colors be shining. Hey, man, you got people with candy paint, with the metallic wraps on their cars and things like that. All kind of music so you can hear them coming down the block before they come down, different pipes on their cars, man. Rims and shit, lights and everything else. They be shining. They be, hey, man, they flossing on their ass, man. How much more the Lord coming with these chariots, man? Lights all on them and everything else like that coming in. Oh, you see that, you like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You see certain cars coming up and down the blocks, man. You be like, damn, you know. Sometimes I be getting quiet and be seeing like certain Lamborghinis and shit coming up and down the block. Like, okay, that motherfucker look nice, sound nice, you know. Certain things like that. You just kind of in awe about it, man. How much more when these chariots roll up on your ass, man? All right, so far beyond all that they imagine, man, with the strangeness of his salvation. Oh, shit, man, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look up UFO videos on YouTube, man, and see the reactions of the people, man. And if you've ever been blessed enough to actually be in the presence of these things and you actually see them, you in total awe, man. Your whole spirit is just, it's like lifted up at a certain, you know, especially if you're in the truth. You know, your spirit is lifted up at a certain point in time. You see that, like, damn, this is the Lord in the chariots, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, this is going to be so far beyond all that they look for. This is something that, you know, is so-called alien unto the majority of these people out here, man. Because they're far from the truth, man. But unto the elect, man, this is so, you know, they call it UFOs, an unidentified flying object. We know what they are, man. Those are the chariots of Israel, man. All right? Read Ezekiel chapter 1, man. All right, it goes all the way into that. But like I said, most of these people, they don't read the scriptures, man. They don't have the eye salve, man. They don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because if they did, they actually read the scriptures, man. They got a Bible they didn't have in their house for 45 years, man. Been going to church for 50-some years, man. Ain't never heard of the chariots of the Most High. Ain't never touched. Matter of fact, they never even read Ezekiel chapter 1. Because if they did, they was like, what the hell are we talking about here? Some of them have, and they'll tell you about the wheel inside of a wheel. But then they don't really go inside of it, or they'll repeat that and never read it before. Can't tell you what it was all about, man. Why would the Lord need chariots? Hey, the Lord don't need anything, man. Why would the Lord need angels to do his work? You know what I'm saying? Hey, he could do it on his own. You know, think about it in a business. If I'm a top designer, the top coder, you know, if I'm what's his name? Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates created Microsoft. You know, so I'm pretty sure he's probably pretty savvy with computer coding and things like that. Like, well, if he can make the computer code, why does he need anybody else working for him? Well, he got a big job to do, man. So he gonna hire other people and train them to do the same job, and then boom, there you go. All right, so you know, this is the same way the Lord, he has his angels to do his bidding, man. He gave possession to everything unto his son, and his son got angels to help me, man. All right, so hey, the Lord can just pop up and fly here and there, but hey, the Lord is, we just like the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? We can walk from point A to point B, but hey, man, we want a chariot, man. We want to pull up on your ass in our chariot, man. So the Lord's the same way, gonna pull up in his chariots, man. All right, but let's get back to that. Verse 3, it says, and they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and reproach of a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. All right, so hey, they thought that we was out here bugged out the whole time, man. But that's that big oh shit moment when they realized, like, damn, man, you know what? Like I said, man, we told them about the grinding coming to a cease, an end. All right, here in Babylon, they called us bums and everything else like that. Hey, 2020 hit, now they walking around with their heads down. Now they have to make that sorrowful phone call, that sorrowful text. Hey, how you doing? How you been? How's things going? You still out there preaching? I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta try to go around that way at that point in time, man. Because they realized that they fools accounted our lives as madness, man, for trying to tell them the truth, man. All right? You know, we've been telling them about the MOTB and everything else like that, but now all of a sudden they see it coming to pass. Now they got 1,000,000,001 questions about it. Well, how can we get around it? So you think if we just start farming now and get our own land and go do this, like, nigga, you, like, first of all, if you was trying to say, how do they say, logistically, or, you know, trying to put all this stuff out, like, bro, you ain't even got enough land for you to be able to farm all that shit on, for you to feed just yourself year round off of, man. You know, like, let's just say if you wanted to have carrots year round, like, you know how big of a field you would have to have for you to be able to have carrots year round, just carrots alone. And we know you're gonna want more than just carrots, man. So, man, you ain't even got, nigga, you live in apartments, man. What the hell you think is going on over here, man? All right, so we not trying to be saved by carnal means anyway, man. The only way to be delivered is through a spiritual way, man. Through Yahweh Shah, man. That's where we should be investing into heavenly things, not into carnal things, man. All right, how they say, what is that? Hang on real quick. Romans 8 and 6. It says, well, let me go to 5. Let me just start at 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So, hey, man, you that's living after the flesh, you thinking of a way, oh, you starting to see these things now that we've been telling you about. How do we stop all these things? How do we get away from these things? Oh, I see World War III coming. Let us go buy a house in the woods and go live off grid and everything else like that. Nigga, you thinking of with a carnal goddamn mind, man. You don't realize it's the Most High that's bringing this here judgment, man. How you gonna try to duck and dodge the Most High in the carnal means? You think he can't find you if you go live off in the mountains somewhere? Now, think about it. They coming carnally with these weapons of war and everything else like that. You think Russia, hey man, Russia is not, like the scripture said, they're not gonna regard the old or the young, man. This whole place from coast to coast is about to be turned into the lake of fire. So you only gonna try to live here in America and go get your own little, man, bruh, you're not gonna make it, bro. You thinking carnally trying to be delivered from these things, but then again at the same time, man, you're gonna be taken out with these things, man. That's why you have to have a spiritual mindset. It's like, nah, man, how about, you know, when people ask us about these things, man. Well, thermonuclear destruction on America, what y'all gonna do? Hey, man, we have faith, man. We hope that the Lord's gonna find us worthy enough to deliver us up out of this here destruction, man. That he's gonna fly over us, defending us with those chariots from on high, and bring and say to us, come up hither, man. All right, so hey, he's gonna gather his elect from the four corners of the earth, man. That's what our hope is in. That's what our faith is in, man. It may sound far-fetched unto you, but your way of delivering sound far-fetched to us. Nigga, you gonna go get a bunker, and you gonna go try to, nigga, you can't even afford to live in a house. Where you gonna get money for a bunker at, man? All right, and second of all, the bunkers are written about in the scriptures, man. All right, you gonna be taken up out of those damn bunkers, man. You may not even make it to your bunker. Well, you probably won't make it to your bunker. These elites, they bunkers over here gonna be destroyed, but the bunkers they gonna make it to, it's just only reserving them for their days in captivity, man. So your whole game plan has already been sought out by the Lord, man. All right, going back, Romans 8 and 5, it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So hey, if you was a spiritually minded person, you would be thinking, first and foremost, how can I be delivered spiritually? First and foremost, look, I got to turn to the Lord. That's step number one, right? All right, Lord, how am I going to be able to, because carnally they thinking, all right, so if this shit coming to pass, we're going to have to eat. We're going to have to be able to defend ourselves. We're going to have to be able to have some type of roof over our head, right? Carnally, that's the steps you would have to take. But spiritually, first thing first, all right, how can I repent? How can I please the Lord? How can I serve the Lord? How can I be on the Lord's good side? See, all of these things spiritually add up to what can you do for the Lord and what can the Lord do for you. Not what can you do for yourself and how can you preserve yourself, man. But hey, if you after the flesh, that's the things you're gonna be thinking about is the things of the flesh, man. What can you do for yourself? Not what can the Lord do for you and what can you do for the Lord, man. All right. Romans 8:6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So hey, again, you trying to go carnally minded with these things, man. You're not gonna make it because it's the Lord that's coming bringing this here judgment, man. All right, and it's not a carnal fight, man. All right, yeah, carnal weapons are gonna be used. All right, but it's gonna be a spiritual warfare, man. All right, you know, it's gonna be how you say you know, we're gonna be how you say physically delivered up out of here, but it's gonna start in the spirit realm, man. All right, you gotta buy a spiritual ticket, more or less to say, before you can get picked up on that physical rod. All right, it starts inside the spirit at first, man. All right, so hey, you know, just like you know, give you a small carnal example. You know, you about to get on the airplane, you gotta have a physical airline ticket to get on that airplane. But guess what? You gotta have, you know, you got your little digital money inside your bank account. You put in your information on the website. You know what I'm saying? To make the transaction, you didn't physically transfer any money from one place to another place, but then you got a physical ticket to get on that airplane, man. So the same thing with us, man. We have to spiritually invest into that bank account, man, to be able to make that transaction, to be able to get this here ticket to be up out of here, man. All right. Romans 8:7. Romans 8:7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the laws of the Most High, neither can it be. All right, and so hey, you can't please the Most High in a carnal way, man. You have to please the Most High in a spiritual way, man. So you should be trying to find your way to be delivered this way, man. All right, learn how to, you know, and it starts with what? Hearkening unto the Lord, man. Seeking the Lord first, man. All right, you know, you have so many of our people that still out here laughing and scoffing and doing whatever they want to go and do. We're gonna get back to that in Ezekiel 30, but you have a lot of our people that's out here doing this, that which is not pleasing unto the Most High. Matter of fact, let me grab this other precept before I go back to that. And where is it at? All right, this is Ecclesiastes. Oh, give me a second. 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So, hey, this is how you please the Most High, man. Keep his commandments to the best of your ability, all right, and serve the Lord, man, and truth and sincerity. Because, look, at the end all be all, man, this is what's going to be, how do I say, you know, not to say you're a determining factor, because you have to be chosen from the beginning, the foundations of the earth, man. But this is going to help out your so-called, your odds, man. All right, you can't be not serving the Lord and expect the Lord to serve you. All right, you know, because at the end all be all, man, the Lord's going to ask in them days, man, you know, depart from me, you workers of iniquity, you know, for I know you not, man. He's going to basically say, what have you done for me lately, man? What have you done for me lately? Why would I do this? What have you done for me? You know what I'm saying? You know, we hear that a lot in today's society. All right, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Oh, why would I want to go and, you know, these women, why would I want to sit there and cook for you, clean for you, this and that? What do you bring to the table? Or these men, why would I want to take care of you and spoil you and everything? What do you bring for me to the table? And, man, the Lord's going to say, why would I deliver you from this here place of wickedness? What have you done for me lately, man? All you've done is show me that you was comfortable in this here place. You showed me that you love being in this here place, man. You didn't cry out unto me, man. You didn't, like the scripture say, put a mark on the forehead, and that mark goes into the exemption from judgment. Put a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. All right, for his servants, man. All right, those that are, you shall be hungry, but my servant shall eat. You shall be thirsty, but my servant shall drink. You shall cry for sorrow and vexation of heart, but my servant shall rejoice, all right, at heart, man. So the Lord said his servants, those that serve the Lord, man, he's going to ask, what have you done for me lately? Why should I come and do these things for you, man? All right. So ultimately, hey, it's best to seek the Lord early and serve the Lord with in truth and sincerity, man. All right, you know, and how does the scripture say, make your calling and election sure, man. All right, try to please the Lord, man. But yet, you know, a lot of our people are still far from the Lord. In fact, we're gonna get back to that in Ezekiel 33, and let me get back to that. Because, hey, you know, again, a lot of our people have heard this here word. All right, they laughed at it, they scoffed at it, and you know, they put off from day to day to the Lord, man. All right, so going back, give me 1 second. That's all right. I'll fix this here in a second. Let me read this. Going back to Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 30. It says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the house, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what the word is that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear the words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but with their heart goeth after their covetousness, man. And you know, we see this day in and day out, man. You'll have people that'll walk by, ride by, scream out the window, shalom, shalom. You know, they'll see you on the you know, the comment boards and things like that. You know, say shalom here and there. You know, even I'm not on the social medias like that, but I've seen people post these things where, you know, they have the how you say, the Facebook Israelites and things like that, where they just on, you know, they post shaloms and shaloms and everything else like that, and they got their little following. And it'd be funny that some of these people who just be posting little things like that and little images like that, they actually get more followers, you know what I'm saying, than the actual men of the Lord. But the thing is they're not really telling you anything, man. They're just posting up little images and things like that, so it's that much more palatable for you to receive. Because look, our people, they don't want to be told the truth, man. They want to be let's grab that real quick. This Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. So when going into these different Israelites that you see on these how I say, comment boards and social media sites and things like that, they're posting the crown emojis, the king emojis, the lion emojis, and saying all these things. They're not actually prophesying unto you, you know, different things of a matter of substance, man. They're not telling you, hey, repent or you're going to be destroyed, man. They're not telling you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, so you're going to be destroyed. They're telling you, oh, you a queen, you a king. You know, we are the chosen seed. I remember, what was it, 2019 came around, and everybody was speaking about the year return. Now, people had heard about the Israelites beforehand. They didn't want to be associated with that. But then 2019 came around, and they was talking about the year return and quote-unquote black excellence. And then guess what? All Jake wanted to be a part of that so-called movement at that point in time. They wanted to be beneficiaries of quote-unquote something good, something great at that point in time. All right, they wanted to be known for having, you know, like a, not to say a life of luxury, but, you know, they wanted to be in the spotlight, the limelight, and things like that. It's like, give me 1 second. You know, Jake wanted to be, you know, Jake is bandwagoners, man. They wanted to just be in the spotlight and everything else like that. They wanted to just be a part of something good. They wanted to smooth things, all right? They didn't want to have to listen to, hey, man, the Lord going to destroy you if you don't get right. You got to stop eating pork. Got to stop doing this, stop doing that. They just want to jump on the band. Oh, the year return, black excellency, black royalty, and everything else like that. I mean, that's why that was all trending. But look at who was trending amongst, man. People that was listening to these Facebook Israelites and things like that, not telling them that they had to repent, not telling them they had to stop breaking the law, statutes, commandments, not telling them any of these things, man. They just want to hear smooth things, prophesying to them deceits. Man, as long as you a so-called Israelite, you know, a black, Latino, Native American, and, you know, in their case, a lot of them were saying black only. But as long as you an Israelite, you're going to just, hey, you're going to be good. Now, ultimately, yeah, as long as you're an Israelite, you're going to be good. But, hey, at this point in time, the you know, 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. They're going to have to learn after death by pain, but they're going to come back into the kingdom. They're going to come back whole. But as far as on this here side, man, they're going to have to learn. All right, they're going to have to go through that judgment. Give me 1 second. But going back to this Ezekiel, or Isaiah 30 and 9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, would say to the seers, see not. Now, who are the seers? You know, the ones that see that vision, all right? The ones that see, you know, the things that's coming ahead of time. You know, we were just speaking about those CTs, right? You know, with Noah and them. It was a CT at the point in time when Noah was telling them about it, but it became a reality. That vision became a reality when the rain started coming, man. So the same thing we're telling you now about what? Jacob's trouble. The devil coming down into you having great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. That MOTB, man. All right, all these things we've been telling you about these things. It's gonna come not just a vision. It's gonna come a walking nightmare, man. You're gonna wake up in the belly of hell, man. You already there. You in the belly of the beast right now, but you just can't see it right at this moment, man. You don't quite understand what's really popping off until what? Until you know your eyes have to be open to these things, man. Just like us, man. We was walking around the Valley of the Dry Bones, eyes wide shut and everything else like that, man. And we just living it up to what? We opened up our eyes. The Lord opened up our eyes to see this goddamn nightmare, man. Show us this damn devil in our face, man. The whole time we over here playing, paper, rock, scissors with the damn devil the whole time. Russian roulette with this nigga, man. Not even realize that the game is stacked, man. He ain't got no bullets in his gun, man. He got a full clip playing with us. So every time we gonna lose with his ass, and he just gonna keep reaping the benefits. But see, our people don't want to hear about these things, man. Our people don't want to hearken unto the men of the Lord until it's what? Too late, man. All right, but then that's that old shit moment. When they come around, it's like, hey, man, we try to warn you, but ultimately the scriptures say, if our gospel be hid, it's hid to those that are lost. All right, that 2/3 is not gonna get it, man. All right, the same must know that the death by pain, because when they had the liberty, all right, they loathed the law, man. They didn't understand. They didn't want to hear these things. Matter of fact, let's read that, because this is the point where we at now, where our people, they say we're gonna get back to that Isaiah, but that's part of what they're saying. Of nah, we don't want to hear all this, man. Prophesying to us smooth things, prophesying to us deceits. All right, 2nd Ezra 9 and let me start at verse 7. All right, because this is a compare and contrast to those that will hear and those that will believe versus those that didn't want to hearken and those that just want to ignore the word of the Lord, man. Those that just want to keep going on in their wickedness, man. All right, even though you had the men of the Lord that was you had the men of the Lord that's been out here on the highways and the byways constantly telling you, making their bodies a living sacrifice to constantly go out and constantly warn you about these things, to constantly look into these things and to find out about these things, man. To make their bodies a living sacrifice for you to what? Just to hearken, to listen, and to learn, to be saved, man. All right, that's what you had to do to be saved. For a lot of you people was just to what? To hearken, listen, and learn, man. All right, the prophets had to, how do they say, forsaken all, man. Giving up all these different things, man. All you had to do was repent, man. Listen, hearken. But even that's too hard for 2/3 of our people, man. So going into that 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. All right, faith come by what? Hearing. All right, hearing this here word, man. Built up in faith. Hey, man, I heard that and I believe. Just look back at Noah, man. Noah had faith when the Lord came to him and told him that, hey, he's going to flood out the place, man. Noah believed him, man, and he started building that their ark, man. Look at Moses. Hey, man, I'm going to rise up and deliver you from out the hands of these oppressors. And you're going to lead my people and tell them to go tell Pharaoh to let my people go, man. And Moses was actually in a great position in the house of Pharaoh, man. But he left that position to go be with his people, man, to serve the Lord, man. All right, he gave up everything, forsook it all, man. He was in a way better position than the Israelites, man. He wasn't being oppressed, man. He was living in the house of the Pharaoh, man. All right, being raised up as the Pharaoh's grandson, basically, man. All right, but hey, being what? Begin with, like 3rd in command to 2nd in command in Egypt. All right, but yet and still he left that post to do what? To go and serve the Lord, man. Forsook it all, man. Forsook the good life. Forsook having servants and things like that. He forsook all these different things to do what? To serve the Lord. And what? The Lord gave it back to him in abundance, man. Hey, he led the children of Israel up out of the hands of the Pharaoh, man. And we read about him even into the same day, man. All right, he was the first to actually lead the children of Israel, man. All right, but hey, this is the same thing we have going on today, man. All right, you have our people that are being, these words are being spoken unto them. But what the elect, they're going to hear these words. All right, they're going to believe on these words, and they're going to rise to the occasion, man. All right, but you have those that's not going to believe. We'll read about them. But you have those that's not going to believe. All right, that they're going to get their judgment as well too, man. All right, because the word was spoken unto them. This is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light. Because why? Their deeds were evil, man. They don't want to come to the truth, man. They don't want to come to be quote unquote exposed because of the fact that they love wickedness, man. They'd rather be in a seat of wickedness than to try to repent and change their life. They live by discipline, all right, and to follow the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their abilities, man. They just want to live by the flesh, man. It's easier to live, a carnal life, man, than to live a spiritual life, man. So going back, 2nd Ezra 9 and 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed shall be preserved, all right? It says, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning, all right? So, hey, those that heard the word, that believed on the word, that followed after the Lord, that had faith in the Lord, they're going to be preserved from these said perils. They're going to be preserved from this here destruction. They're going to be saved up out of this here coming judgment, man. All right, they're going to be delivered up out of this here place, man. All right, those are those that wind up listening and hearkening unto the Lord. But we know Jacob is a stiff-necked people, man. All right, children where there's no understanding. They're sottish children, man. All right, they're simple-minded, man. Hard-headed, stiff-necked people, man. All right, they love lies more than they love the truth, man. So ultimately, what do you think is going to happen to the majority of our people, man? They're going to get cut off and die, man. 2/3 are going to be cut off and die on this here side because of what? Their lack of belief, their lack of faith, their lack of understanding, their lack of wanting to serve the Lord, man. All right, let's read about them real quick. In 2 Esdras 9:9, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. So, hey, you know, those that you know, they're going to be tormented because why? They cast away the ways of the Lord, man. The Lord had sent his people out, his prophets out to warn you about these things. What did you do? You laughed them to scorn. You know, you mocked them. You how you say, sacrificed them. You've done all kind of different wickedness to them, man. You made them a sport, man. You roll by with your cell phone video cameras out, taking pictures and videos of us and putting us on the internet, laughing and scoffing and making jokes. But you don't realize that, hey, man, some of the elect didn't see those videos that they was laughing and scoffing, that you put up to laugh and scoff at about, and they was wanting to be delivered. So, hey, at that point in time when you start seeing these different things, you know, you're going to say to them, like, wait, I done want to showed you about these folks, and I done made you laugh about these things and everything else like that, man. And then you forgot about those things, and it's like, yo, how the hell is it that I showed you about these things and, you know, you being delivered, but I'm not being delivered? Hey, man, you should have took heed to what they were saying. You was just making a sport of it, but you didn't even realize that the Lord was using you to bring me closer to salvation, man. You know, this is how these things sometimes work out, and you just never know, man. But since you had it in your heart to laugh and to scoff, man, hey, and eventually from the foundations of the earth, you was going to be a 2/3 anyway. But, you know what I'm saying? You just playing out your role. But, hey, this is how it gets down sometime, man. All right? It says, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they shall cast them away despitefully. And they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. For such in their lives have received benefits and have not known me, and they have loathed my law. And they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when yet the place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it. It says the same must know after death by pain. So, hey, going into that, it's like, hey, they despise this here word, man. They had the liberty to repent. We're in a time now where the famine of the word ain't in full effect, man, but over the times we've seen, you know, how this went from, you know, we could say whatever, however, whenever we want it. We could just come out and just tell you about these things now, or tell you about these things. But now, hey, we got to switch up the words, man. Now we have to use different acronyms, analogies, different words all together, and, you know, say things like, hey, the juicy juice, the tequila shot, you know, monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? All these different things, the charagma, the MOTB, all these different things. We can't just flat out tell you about these things no more because why, man? Hey, man, the time is getting short, man. The doors of salvation are closing, man. You had the place of repentance is that gap is getting smaller and smaller, man. All right, you know, before, again, we used to be able to say all kind of things on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And now when we say all kind of things, it wasn't like raunchy, X-rated type things and anything else like that, man. All right, it's more or less the topics that we speak about, man, the things that's in these scriptures. But because these things now are becoming made manifest, now they don't want you hearing about these things. So now it's like you can't just type in, you know, certain things, you know, or if you're a newcomer, all right, and we start talking about certain things, you know, you may be trying to type in, you know, how it's worded in Revelation 13 and 16, all right, and then you start typing in that, you know what I'm saying, and you can't find nothing on it. But then you see somebody that type in MOTB, and you don't know what the hell the MOTB, what that acronym even stands for, and you don't even, and it just go right over your head, man. You looking for what the acronym stands for, you typing that out, but then you see MOTB pop up, and then you just look over those videos. But guess what, man? The place of repentance is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter for you to get through those doors, man. All right, because why? You loathe the laws of the Most High, man. He sent forth his prophets, and what did you do to them, man? You ignored them, you scoffed at them, made sport of them, man. All right, you plugged your ears, man. You said prophesy unto us not smooth things, or prophesy unto us smooth things, not right things. Prophesy unto us deceit, man. Lie unto us, man. We don't want to hear this, man. But see, now all these things are becoming made manifest unto you. All right, and that's part of the benefits that you had, man. All right, this is all over the internet. It's been flooded the internet, and like I said, you even had people that came and scoffed and made jokes of us that even infiltrated your own timelines and these different things. Like I can speak for myself. not being on social media, but when you use the YouTube app, they'll tell you where and how your videos are being shared. And you can see on there, hey, your video being shared on Facebook, your video being shared on this and on that and on this platform, that. I'm like, I don't even got these platforms. How the hell is my videos being shown over here? Or you'll go and you look at a video that's probably got 2 or 3 views on there, but then they'll show you that that video is being shared on multiple platforms. Like, well, if it's only got 2 views, how's it being shared on 5 different platforms? You see what I'm saying? So, hey, man, you know, some people take your video, you know, your own videos and re-upload them for, you know, further edification sake that you don't even know about, man. The internet is doing a lot of this here heavy lifting that we have to do, man. And then, like I said, you also have other people that'll come in, you know, also do certain things. Just like, you know, you have some insects that do that, man. You know, they may go in, like some certain bees and stuff like that, or butterflies. They may go and get on a certain plant trying to get some certain food, but the way their body is built, that their body picks up like nectar or pollen and things like that. And when they go and they fly into another plant, that pollen is dropped off at that spot, and then all of a sudden it's just like, hey, well, this helped that, you know, plant this here seed, man. All right, this was just a byproduct of these things, man. This wasn't the intended point and purpose of me flying from point A to point B, but this is what wound up happening, man. So same thing with these people that'll come and take our videos or take videos of us on the highways and the byways. They used to do this at least, and go laugh and scoff. See, the temperatures change nowadays. They the ones being ridiculed if they do this. Look at these stupid niggas on the highways and the byways. Then somebody in the comment section, girl or homie, hey, look, take that shit down, boy. Your life is not gonna ever be the same if you do that. Them the Israelites. So now this is the message they get. You don't see them doing that shit no more like that, man. All right, because why? This word is going throughout the 4 corners of the earth, man. Now these judgments are starting to come, man. Now they can't laugh and scoff about the things that we were saying, because now look, oh shit, how is he accounted amongst the saints? How come what he was saying is becoming true, man? How come, you know, when they were saying the Babylon the Great was going to come to a grinding halt, it started to come to a grinding halt. When they said that there was going to be famines and things like that, now they can't afford groceries, man. When they told them about Jacob's trouble and things like that, now they starting to see these things over the horizon, man. All these different things we've been telling you about is now coming into full effect, and now people are starting to wake up to the truth. But guess what? You know, when they had the place, repentance was open unto them. When they could repent, when they could come and serve the Lord, they didn't want to. So now, you know, they just got to learn, like the scripture say, they're going to have to learn that to death by pain. All right, they're going to have to find out the hard way, man. And we told you about these things, man. We told you about all these other situations that's going on, man. You know, not getting on to, you know, the tequila shot situation, but that's a great example. We told you not to get these things, but now all you seeing all the people that's so-called getting alcohol poison, all right, is all the ones that was drinking a tequila shot, man. We told y'all not to be messing with that, but look, how come they the ones suffering from alcohol poisoning and none of us are, man? You know, but hey, this is you know, a sign of what more is to come, man. This is just a small portion of what's really to come around the corner, man. All right, because we telling you about these thermonuclear missiles, all right, or if you actually take the MOTB, man, it ain't no running from that, man. All right, let's get back to this Isaiah 30:9. It says, this is a rebellious people, children, this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. All right, so they want to hear the smooth things. They want to hear the so-called good things, the things that's going to tell them about, oh, we're going to be prospering, and how they call it, the prosperity doctrines and things like that. That's what they want to hear about, man. They want to hear about how life is going to be good for them. And you know, depending on how long you've been in this, it's truth. When we was telling people about, you know, the coming chaos, the downturning of the economy and all these different things, people would tell us, hey, stop being negative. We don't want to hear about all this negativity and all these things, man. They don't want to hear the truth, man. They want to hear about, if you was to come to them preaching to them, just like the people in the churches, if you was to come to them telling them, look, God, you know, you see every once in a while people post the same video online. Man, let me tell you about what happened to me today. Somebody walked up to me and said, you know, God put it on my heart. I don't know you, sister. I don't know you, brother, but God put it on my heart to just bless you with this today. I don't know what you're going through, but here goes some money. Here goes $20. God told me to go ahead and pay for this for you. God put it in my heart to do this. Whenever you hear that, God put it in my heart to go do this. Well, how the fuck God put that in your heart, but he didn't tell you was an Israelite? He forgot all about that, but just told you to go bless this person with $20. What the hell that's going to do for you, man? Showing you that these people is so far gone, but the recipients of it, they just, oh, I'm just so touched. God just put this on somebody else to bless me with this here $20. Look, man, hey, you know, you could be temporarily nice to somebody, but ultimately, look, just like they say, you could be feeding a cow something, you know, fattening him up, and he think you being nice to him, but you about to go eat his ass, man. So it's like, oh, my master's so nice, he just be feeding me. Like, yeah, because master finna eat your ass, man. But you don't realize that these are things that's going on. Like the scripture say, a gift destroyed the heart, man. All right, have these people in their mindsets to these different things. So what do they want to hear? About prosperity, man. They want to hear about how they gonna want to gaining something monetarily situation in these things, man. How you think all scams work out, man? You feel like you gonna really benefit. Hey, man, look. All right, so you deposit $50 in my Cash App, and I'm gonna put $5,000 into your Cash App. Go ahead and hit the Cash App real quick. How does that work out? Because there's a so-called promise of you prospering, man. All right, they don't tell you, you know what I'm saying, this is gonna be a scam and we're gonna take all your money, because you wouldn't want to be with it. That don't sound good, man. But hey, when we telling you about these things, they want to prophesy to us lies, prophesy to us deceits, prophesy to us things that's gonna be smooth into our ears, that's gonna be sounding good. That sound good, yeah. Yeah, they want, hey, this is an effeminate society that we living in nowadays, man. Just like women, that's how you get women. Just lie to them, man. All right, tell them all kind of, yeah, girl, I'm gonna take you here, I'm gonna take you there, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go buy you a Birkin bag, I'm gonna go fly you and your homegirls out to Dubai, I'm gonna go do all this. Okay, let's go do this and that. But if you told a girl, like, look, I'm gonna just be a regular dude, and we're gonna just do X, Y, and Z, I gotta go to work all the time, pay some bills, she can be like, nigga, bye. I want the nigga that's gonna fly me out to Dubai and everything else like that, and go get my nails and hair done, and go buy me Birkin bags, and go get my body done and everything. They want to hear about them prospering, man. They want to hear smooth things, lies, and deceits. And every last one of these women always had the same story, man. I'm tired of these dogs. They all liars. Men are all liars and things. How come you keep falling to their damn lies, man? All right, because this is the mindset that you into. How come you keep getting got by these scammers out here, man? Because it was sounding good unto you, man. The government giving out free money, man. They can't arrest you for this. It's non-forgivable. It's non-forgivable. Now you niggas is ducking the feds right now, man. You see what I'm saying? They want to be prophesying to them smooth things, that everything is going to be all right. But the truth of the matter is, hey, speaking of the PPP situation, when we tell them, bro, I stay away from that, bro. Never trust thy enemy, for one. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, Esau ain't never gave out no goddamn free money, especially not to no niggas. One of them chariots I was talking about earlier, them Lambo chariots. But, here you go right here, too. See what I mean? But, hey, imagine a real chariot come pulling up on your ass. But, nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? How did the PPP work out, man? You know what I'm saying? Telling people smooth things, prophesying to them deceits. Hey, it's unforgivable, and this is, you dumb if you don't take it. Now all them people is all ducking and dodging the feds, like, oh shit, man, now we gotta pay the piper, man. Now they feeling a different type of way. But when you try to tell them, hey man, don't trust your enemy. Esau ain't never gave out no free money. Oh, you stupid, bro. You dumb if you don't get the fuck that, man. You all with that negativity. There you go again. Now look, I'm about to. I got my check. Where your check at? I'm over here balling. I got me a new scat pack. I got a new Hellcat. Why your ass is broke? I'm going on vacation here and there. Why your ass broke? All right. A gift destroyeth the heart. You see, you think you on for a time in a moment. They didn't give you enough rope to hang your goddamn self. Now your ass is in hiding. Where you at now? You see what I'm saying? But how much more when it comes into hearkening? Well, let me read up a couple verses while we're right here. Speaking of trusting your enemy, Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1, it says, woe unto the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sinner to sin, that walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So hey, woe unto them that go down to Egypt to take counsel, but not of the Lord, man. You asking for a way out, you asking for advice, you asking for tips and all these different things. But the last place you're going is the last place you're trying to go to seek this here advice is where? The Lord, man. All right, you don't want to come to the men of the Lord, you don't want to come to the prophets. And hey, the Lord said he revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets, man. He told his men about these different things to go and warn you about these things. But yet, lo and behold, you still want to keep ignoring these things. You want to be told smooth things. You want to be told the nice things. But yet, Esau always telling you nice things. But when has he ever came through with those types of things like that before, man? When is it? Whenever even if Esau did come with those things, you should be worried about them. Like, damn, Esau, like the PPP thing. I use that as an example. You know what? They said free money and it's forgivable and everything and so on and so forth. What you mean sign up? Shit, I don't trust that. But then Ray got some. Keisha got some. I know I can get some. Then you go and get it. Shit, I done got my check in the mail and ain't nothing happened. 2-3 months go by, ain't nothing happened. And then, hey, man, that's when you should be worried, man. Esau really building a case on your ass, man. All right? But, hey, Jake don't understand none of these things, man. Jake keep getting caught in the same snares day after day after day, year after year after year, fucking with Esau, man. When are you going to learn, like the scriptures say, never trust thy enemy, man? When are you going to learn to sit there and put the Lord first? Seek the Lord first. Seek the advice from the Lord, man. But yet and still, our people, they constantly want to go to the enemy for their advice, man. All right, at the end all be all, they always we're going to get back to that, being pricked therewith, man. They're always going back to the same point, like, man, I should have never trusted these niggas over here, man. Speaking about Esau, I should have never believed that. They always lying to us. And you want to blame the white man at that point in time, but at that point, it ain't really the white man's fault no more, man. Like the scriptures say, let's grab that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really blame Esau for half of this shit that's going on nowadays. This is this is we start up here a little bit. Sirach 12 and 10. It says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." All right. So hey, rule number 1: never trust thy enemy. It says, "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away." So hey, you know, when it's smoke clear, you're gonna realize that he's still the same damn devil, man. All right, you know, and you know, never trust this nigga, man, because just like you know, if you take a sharp ass knife, right, that you see the sharp ass knife, it's gonna cut you if you touch that blade and everything. And if you put a silk covering over top of that knife, does that take away the sharpness of the knife, the cutting ability of the knife? All right, you going to try to grab that blade that's under that silk covering, you still gonna get cut, man. So, and you know, your fingers are still gonna bleed, and you're gonna take off that covering like, damn, this knife is still sharp, this up under it. No matter how you dress it up, no matter how nice you make it look, it's still a sharp instrument, a cutting instrument, man. It says, verse 12, "Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at thy last remember my words and be pricked therewith." All right, so hey, you gonna be, we're gonna read that again, but being pricked therewith, you know, at the end all be all, hey man, I told you that knife was sharp. You talking about some, nah man, you talking about some how sharp it is and all this and that, and you can see the blade and telling me how sharp this blade is, but look, it's all wrapped up. It's in this here, it's in this, how do I say, in this silk wrapping, man. Or hell, you know, well, let me read the next verse. Verse 13. "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any as such come to a wild beast?" So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, bro, just because, you know, we know about certain venomous snakes and things like that, just because, nigga, you got a venomous snake as a pet, now, this is my pet, he ain't gonna bite, man, don't mean that nigga's not gonna bite you, man. You know what I'm saying? Just because you didn't got a, matter of fact, yesterday I seen a dude in the store, right? Now, this dude, for his job, he go catch wildlife, so it's not really weird to see him with wildlife like that. But I seen a dude in the store, and he comes in the store with a damn baby alligator in his damn hand, man. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga got a damn alligator. I'm like, did you catch that nigga somewhere or something like that? He's like, nah, I met it from a breeder. I got it from a breeder for educational purposes and everything else like that. It's the only way we can keep him like this, for educational purposes. And I was like, oh shit. So you had him from a baby? He was like, yeah. I'm like, he ever try to bite you? You're like, no, not really. He's pretty cool and calm. I mean, sometimes he try to snap, but I don't never let him get him. Like, so you think because you didn't raise this alligator up from birth that he ain't gonna ever bite you? He gonna forget that he an alligator, that he snap and eat flesh like you? You telling me how much pounds per pressure the adult alligators got and everything, and how they could just smash you in half, and how a baby alligator could take your fingers off and everything? You telling me all this information, but you don't think just because, or you think just because you didn't raise up this little baby alligator that all of a sudden, you know, he gonna just be nice unto you and everything else like that? Nah, man. When he bites your ass, like, well, what you thought he was gonna do? What the hell you thought the alligator was gonna do? It's a goddamn alligator, man. All right, you know, who gonna sit there and be like, well, you shouldn't have been fucking with it, man? You should have never thought in the wildest parts of your mind that this damn alligator would have just been so-called friendly unto you. All right. But hey, same way with Esau, man. You know, when you being pricked there with those words, you know, our people always just like, yo, oh man, I can't believe the so-called white man, can't trust the so-called white man. Hey, at a certain point in time, it's just like that alligator, man. You can't blame the alligator for biting you, man. It's a goddamn alligator, man. You know what I'm saying? How Jake be sometimes when Jake get fucked up doing some stupid shit and they gotta go tell their people about this. I'm like, well, what was you doing with the alligator, bro? How the hell you get bit with it? What was you doing with the alligator, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what was you doing trusting Esau, man? Why was you over here getting caught up thinking that he was gonna give you some money or something like that and hook you up with something, man? Why did you even believe this here mess? Oh, because so-and-so told me about this. Yo, but you the one was the first one telling me not to trust these niggas, but then now all of a sudden you thought he was gonna come out and give you some money, man? All right. Going back to this Isaiah 30 and let me go back to 9 and rip the page. Isaiah 30 and 9, it says, this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, would say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Get you out of the way and turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. All right, so hey, you know, because you despise the word of the Lord, man, you're gonna be cut down in the day of wrath, man. You're gonna be cut off in that day, man. You're gonna be wind up, you know, like the scriptures say, the same must learn after death by pain. All right, let me grab this precept back again. Just hold it over here. All right. So I can give me 1 second. So, hey, ultimately, when our people are out here, you know, just getting, how do I say, swallowed up on every side. All right, here we go. When they get swallowed up on every side, man, who's gonna have pity on them, man? Who's gonna have mercy on them? Who's gonna have sympathy for them, man? All right, like you know, like again, going back to, you know, when you being bitten by a wild beast or being bitten by a snake, who's gonna pity your charmer, man? All right, because ultimately, hey, you was warned about these things, you was told about these things, and so, hey, look, like the scripture say, never trust thy enemy, man. You over playing Russian roulette with the devil, and you mad because he didn't cheated you out of these things, man. All right, what did you expect the devil to do? You expected the devil to play fair with you, man? All right. 1 second. Hey, and how much more even in these times now where you know, you're starting to see these things come to pass, man. You seeing the things that the men of the Lord have been warning you about and telling you about. All these things now are coming to the forefront, man. Like we read a little earlier, that the books would be open before the firmament. All right, and they should see together, or they should see all together. All right, so now all these things are being made manifest, and all these things are being brought to the light. And now, you know, Jake has a problem with some of these things, man. Jake still have a problem with hearkening unto what we have to say, man. Jake's still stuck in their pride, man. You still have some of these groups out there that's arguing over what the MOTB is, even though it's more than clear, more than abundant evidence that's out there of what, you know, the times that we coming into, man. You still have Jake that's a stiff neck, man. You got, and we talking amongst these other Israelite groups that know that they're Israelites, man. How is there still any debate about what these things are? Who had the truth the whole time, man? All right, because look, you know, again, you have some of these people telling you, there ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, ain't gonna be no chip. All right, ain't gonna be none of these different things. What is actually, like the scripture say, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it will surely come, it will not tarry, man. So what are you actually seeing happening right now? Is the prophecy tarrying? Is it far off? Is it not, you know, as far-fetched for you to see these things? Or is it being made obvious that, hey, I can see that happening, man. I can see these things come to fruition, man. Hang on 1 second. Hey, but ultimately, you know, you don't want to be caught in that scenario like we read earlier in Wisdom of Solomon 5 about, you know, we counted his life as madness and reproach. And how is he numbered among the saints? You don't want to be in that predicament because, hey, where does that go? What boat does that leave you in? All right? Those that loathe the law of the Lord, those that cast aside his counsel, all right, those is going to have to what? Learn after death by pain. This is not working out. And ultimately, hey, we all want to be, you know, accounted worthy for what? Salvation, man. We don't want to be out here, you know, think about that when Yahushua was crucified, man. All those that was out there saying crucify him, and everything else like that. But then when that earthquake happened, that oh shit moment that they was feeling, all right, when they was talking about some, this was truly the Son of the Most High. Think about that feeling at that point in time, man. How those people was feeling the rest of that day, man. How they was going home and you know, what was in the back of their mind at that point in time, man. You think that they had you know, a good feeling in their stomach, or do you think that they was just like, yeah, we showed them? Nah, man, those same people are gonna be here today that said that. Let his blood be upon us and on our children's, man. They're gonna have to pay for that, man. And this is why, you know, you see 2/3 of our people that are being blinded, not being able to get these things, man, because even back then they weren't able to see these things, man. All right, let me go back to that Ezekiel though. Ezekiel 33 and 30. It says, also thou son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the house, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what the word that cometh from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after covetousness. And lo, and again, we read a little earlier about how, they that are after the flesh, all right, and after carnal things, that's what they live for, man. They're not after the spiritual things, man. So hey, they'll shalom on a comment board, rob out with the shaloms and everything else like that, and say, with word, we Israelites and everything else like that, we the black excellence and everything. But hey, when it comes time to following after the law, statutes, commandments, all right, and serving the Lord, man, hey, that's far from them, man. All right. It says, verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument. For they hear thy word, but they will not do them. All right, you have our people that hear our word, hear the word of the Lord, but they won't do them, man. You have some people that that's been around Israelites, whether they have them in their family, co-workers, or friends, and things like this. They know, the foundations of the doctrines, man. Oh man, y'all believe in them UFOs, huh? Or y'all don't eat pork. Oh, you see some folks now that you may know, relatives and stuff like that. When it comes time to somebody fixing somebody's plate, no, he don't eat pork. He don't eat pork. Make sure y'all get it with no pork. They the first ones to sit there and defend and fight over your food. That make sure that you ain't eating pork. But guess what? They got a double portion of pork on their plate. And he don't eat pork because he an Israelite. He an Israelite by birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't you an Israelite by birth too? Like, what kind of, saying, by birth, not like something that you just so-called put on, like, I'm going to just claim this religion. Like, no, this is who we are. This is supposed to be our heritage, man. But yet and still, your own blood brother, your own blood sibling, your parents and stuff like that, nah, he don't eat pork. Yet and still, they over here eating pork to the T, man. Shellfish and everything else like that, man. All right, hey, they'll hear the words, but they won't do them, man. They understand and know, you go out to the highways and the byways and you preach and everything else like that, but they don't want to hear about none of this preaching stuff, man. They'll ask you, they know that you, and the crazy part is they'll ask you about these things. What do you think about this? What does the scripture say? Oh, I like when you tell me about these things, because whenever I have a question, you go straight into the scriptures, and then you tell me what the scriptures say and not what you think. But then they don't really want to hearken into these things. They don't want to really change their ways, man. All right, again, they don't want to come to the light because their deeds were evil, man. This is a thing that's really plaguing our people. They're hard-headed, stiff-necked people, man. All right. It says, verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they will not do them. It says, and lo, when this come to pass, and lo, it will come, they shall know that a prophet have been among them. All right, they're gonna be pricked there with that word, man. Like I said, 2019 and beforehand, people used to laugh and scoff at us, tell us to go get jobs, go get women, go live up your life, stop living in that negativity and all these different things. 2020 came around, you got that uncomfortable phone call, that uncomfortable text. Hey, how you doing? How you been doing? You still out there preaching? Oh, that's good. I'm proud of you. Yeah, I noticed you changed your whole life and everything. Now they got all these good things to say about you, but guess what? They want so-called answers at this point in time. They want to be told, what's going on, because what? They trembling, they scared, you know what I'm saying? But then when you try to bring out certain things to them again, hey, they want to be told to smooth things. They don't want to be told, they'll ask about certain things. What's going on with this and what's going on with that? All about, what other folks is doing. Like, they want to hear that, basically, they'll hear that Esau's a damn devil. But when it comes to what they need to be doing for themselves to be serving the Lord, they don't want to hear that, man. They'll hear about how Esau's a devil, he poisoning the food, he poisoning this, he poisoning that, he just being the damn devil. But when it comes to, like, look, you not supposed to be doing this, you not supposed to be doing that, don't tell me I can't be eating pork, don't tell me I can't be eating crabs and shrimp, why can't Esau just be the damn devil? Well, there's twofold to these things. Where you get all this here stuff from anyway, man? Esau is the one who told you all these things, man. All right, this wasn't part of your heritage, man. The scriptures say that the Lord will make you discontinue from your heritage, man. All right, you was going to be brought up amongst these heathens, man. You was going to want to be like them. And so this is what they will wind up doing to you, man. Turning you away from the law, statutes, and commandments. Turning you away from the Lord, man. And this is what Esau has done to the T. And our people, they love, we just read it in Isaiah 30, man. They love to go run down to Egypt and ask counsel from Pharaoh instead of asking counsel from the Lord, man. They love covering themselves with a covering, but not that of the Lord, man. They love going to go hide in wickedness, but they don't want to come to the truth, man. They love being in the darkness, but never want to come to the light, man. But these are our people to a T, man. All right, you can't make this thing up, man. You tell this, like the scripture say, hey, if you were supposed to go give this to the other nations, they would have gladly listened. They would have gladly hearkened, but you don't. But they don't want to hear these things, man. All right, matter of fact, bring that out real quick. Because hey, and this is something that our people, they can understand and they can relate to, man. But hey, you try to bring it to them, they don't want to hear it. Let's just start here in Ezekiel chapter 2. Ezekiel 2:1, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will make thee Salak. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when I spake unto, and the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet. And I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. And so, hey, that's Jake to a T, man. All right, stiff-necked, hard-headed people, man, that's transgressing against the Lord from back in those days, even to the same day, man. All right, you know, it's like certain things that go down when it's like our people love to do the opposite of whatever the Lord tells them to do, man. All right, but if the Lord tell you that certain things is lawful, you don't want to do those things. But when the Lord tell you not to do certain things that's unlawful, you quick to go and do all these things, man. All right, you love to do the opposite, man. It's just like a little child. You tell the kid, hey, don't go over there. The first thing they're gonna do is go over there, man. But if you would have told them, then they would have had no want, no need, no desire to even go that way, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man, you know, let's just, you tell a kid broccoli or something like that is candy, they probably eat the hell out of it, man. Because they're like, nah, you can't have this here candy and everything else like that. But hey, you tell them it's vegetables, nah, eat your vegetables. We don't want to eat that because you told us to do it, man. Rebellious ass people, man. That's how our people are, man. All right? Tell them to keep the law, statutes, commandments. They don't want to do all these things, man. You know, but hey. It says, verse 4, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh power. All right, whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. All right, so going back to them being a rebellious house, a rebellious people, man. All right, it says, verse 6, and thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, be not dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And so that was spoken to the men of the Lord, man, because look, we get the most hatred, the most threats, the most problems come from who? Our people, man. All right, you don't have Edomites rolling up on a block talking about something they finna kill us, they finna go jump us, they gonna go do this and they gonna do that. Now, granted, you do have some Edomites, they be drunk, come up on a block, may want to fight you or whatever, and then they just get pushed on down a block by, whoever they with, whether it's their old lady or they homies or something like that, you know what I'm saying, or they gonna call the cops to that extent. But really, it be Jake that be rolling up talking some, y'all better not be on the block when I come back around the block. Y'all better not be here, this and that, or they the ones pulling guns out, pulling knives out. They the ones that's over here trying to do violence into us, man. They the ones that seek out our personal information and post us on the internet, with our personal addresses and things like that to do harm unto us, man. It's only our people, man. All right, but hey, the Lord say, hey, don't be afraid of them, man. Though they do all these different things, they can have you all messed up, because at the end all be all, man, it's gonna be them that's gonna wind up being casted out, man. All right, it's gonna be them that's gonna wind up reaping these things. They wonder why their life is just turned to a hellhole, man. Hey, man, because you made your life out of scoffing at the men of the Lord, man. You made your life trying to put pressure and hell onto the men of the Lord. Now look at you, man. Now look at the state that you're in right about now, man. But hey, you can't tell Jake nothing, man. All right, Jake is a stiff-necked, hard-headed people, man. You tell him not to. Hey, why don't you have the same type of energy and the same type of fervent hatred towards your own enemies, man? How come, and you doing all this digging into our lives and searching us up on the internet and finding out our addresses and our backgrounds and our past and our history? Why don't you use the same energy towards Esau, man? Do some history search on this nigga and see what he done. All right, you mad that we didn't what? Got a speeding ticket 10 years ago, walked out on a job, cussed the boss out, but yet and still you won't look at what Esau put into your drinking water and the food that you over there eating and what he done to your people like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year, last month. All right, you won't go look into these things, but yeah, we the bad guy, we the devil out here, man. But these are our people, man. But don't be afraid of these folks out here. But hey, these is the stiff-necked people, man. All right, these are the people that we dealing with. That's why 2/3 of them got to be cut off and die, man. All right. It says, verse 7, and thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. All right, so hey, our job was just to warn them, regardless if they wanted to hear it or whether they was gonna forbear. All right, so hey, we out here just warning you of these things. And so look, at the end all be all, like we read a little earlier, those that have loathed my law when they had the benefit, when the place of repentance was open unto them, they despised it. They're gonna have to learn it to death by pain. But guess what? At the end all be all, you're not gonna be able to say, I ain't know about this. No, you was told about these things, but you forwarded all these things, man. You just like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna push these things off, man. I don't want to hear these things, man. All right, it's prophesying to us smooth things, prophesying to us lies and deceits. We don't want to hear the truth, man. So, hey, when that time comes, you catch that judgment. All this is gonna come back up into your minds. Damn, man, somebody told me about these things. All these things. Damn, man, man, it's the biggest. I told you so, man. All right. Verse 8. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat what I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. It says, and it spread before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written lamentations, mourning, and woe. And that's going into what? These scriptures, man. Because, again, going back to our people, they want to be prophesying to them smooth things, lies, and deceits. They only want to hear about so-called, quote-unquote, good things. They want to hear about the prosperity doctrine, how they finna get a bag, how they finna prosper, how they finna go do this, how they gonna do that. They don't want to hear about Babylon about to be destroyed, all right? The Lord coming to cast judgment. They don't want to hear about the Lord about to bring this place to a grinding halt. They don't want to hear about these things, man. So, hey, man, you know, we can't be rebellious like these rebellious people, man. We got to take the good with the bad, man, the bitter with the sweet, man. All right, it's like, hey, man, yeah, there's a lot of good things here. The Lord going to save us and give us the kingdom of heaven and all these different things, but then there's also bad things, man. We got to go through trials, tribulations, mournings, and woe, man. We got to go through the greatest tribulation. We got to pass that great temptation that's coming upon the earth, which is the MOTB, man. We got to show our faith in the Lord by what? Going through these things and depending on the Lord in these times, man. So, you know, we got Jacob's trouble coming up around the corner, man. Hey, but what? We have to have faith. We have to show the Lord that we believe in him, we trust in him, and all these different things through actions, not just through our words alone, man. So, you know, Jake don't necessarily want to hear all these things like, hey, I don't want to hear about trouble coming, bro. If I wanted, I could have just not heard about this anyway and just live my life and just live it like that, man. Well, I want to hear about something that's going to soothe me, make me feel better about myself, man. This is Jake to a T. But going on to verse 3, or chapter 3, it says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak it to the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. All right, so hey, when you first come across this, you know, it's a little sweet to the taste. All right, you want to hear about it and everything else like that. You want to go and spread the word, but ultimately, when it get down into that belly, man, hey, man, it get a little bitter, man. All right, you start realizing certain things. Hey, man, we still in captivity. We're going to be here for a while. You know, the Lord is coming to deliver us, but hey, it's going to get worse before it gets better, man. So, you know, you have to keep these things into that mindset to the point it's like, hey, man, it's not going to just be all, you know, you find out you're an Israelite, that's the end all be all. Life just gets better from that point on, man. Nah, man, you have to actually go through the trials, the tribulations, mourning and woe, man. All right, the beginning of sorrows is the times that we're living in right about now, man. All right, and just because you're an Israelite, you found out you're an Israelite, don't mean that all of a sudden it's going to just turn over like that, man. All right, the apostles been out here for 30 years preaching about these things, man. And, you know, things didn't just all of a sudden get better for them, like in a carnal sense. You know, spiritually, yeah, you know, you wake up to these things, and that's the good part. But, hey, you still got to go through these things, man. All right. It says, and he said unto me, son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. And it says, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech or of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech or of a hard language whose words thou cannot understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So, hey, the Lord specifically said he sent the men of the Lord out to the children of Israel, to a certain group of people. All right? Not to somebody that didn't understand where they was coming from. You know, not to say a different language like you speaking Mandarin or something like that. Nah, man, look, I'm in captivity, you in captivity. I know what it's like being in captivity under this damn devil. I know what it's like going through the struggles that you're going through, because, hey, I'm just like you, bro. We go through the same hell, bro. We catch the same type of hell. Now, you imagine trying to tell somebody about, you know, like how you try to explain to Edomites what it's like being a Jake living under an Edomite, man. Like, hey, bro, y'all don't know what it's like to be riding in your damn car, a nice car or something like that, whatever kind of car, and the police get behind you. What's Esau's reply to that? Well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Like, nigga, it ain't about not having nothing to hide. Our car could be clean as a goddamn whistle. And yet and still, we still gonna feel this way when the police get behind us. You over here thinking, damn, man, if my tag expired, like, motherfucker, my birthday ain't until another 4 or 5 months from now. What you mean is my tag expired? My tag ain't expired. You know what I'm saying? Is all my lights working? Is anything in the car I should be worried about? Like, bro, I just bought this car brand new. I literally just drove it off the lot. Everything is all good, but yet and still, you still fearing and trembling. But, you know, try to tell that to Esau. Esau thinks things is completely different, man. Oh, well, y'all just make up this construct and all these different things and so on and so forth. But, hey, man, they don't know what it's like. You know, you listen to people like Ben Shapiro talk about certain things like, oh, well, it's not about race. It's not about this. It's not systemic racism. It's just this is what happens with this and that and so on and so forth, man. But, hey, again, that's of a strange. To him, it's you talk to some of these Edomites about the things that Jake go through. To them, it's like, I don't understand how this is going on, blah 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 blah. Hey, but every Jake know up and down is like, look, it ain't about what's right and what's wrong. All right, it's the one who's doing these things, man. All right, you got different scenarios of different things is going on with a lot of different things, but you had certain people charged with, oh, so and so charged this way, and then so and so got off the hook with these things, but because of who it was that was being charged with these things, that's what makes a difference, man. All right, like, oh, well, this was they got what's his name, was it Bill Cosby got locked up. They didn't worry about his age or nothing else like that, but then you had this other guy that was getting locked up, but it was like, well, taking consideration his age and everything else like that, we're not gonna really press charges or nothing else like that on him, because he's kind of old already. Like, well, y'all ain't think about that with Bill Cosby, and what y'all talking about Bill Cosby did versus what this guy did, it was like, peanuts comparably to what Homeboy did. But hey, it's because one's the Edomite and one's an Israelite, man. All right, so hey, you're not sent to a person of a strange language. All the people that we talking to, they know what it's like being in this captivity. They know what it's like catching hell under Esau. They know what it's like being so-called profiled of all these different things. You can't explain what it's like being profiled to a goddamn Edomite. They're like, well, if you ain't got nothing on you, you shouldn't have to worry about this. Nobody's walking around looking at you like this, and that. Look, bro, if I'm riding through a doggone nice neighborhood, this didn't happen to me before, man. Driving a brand new car in a nice neighborhood and everything else like that. The police pulled me over for, hey, who car this is? Who name is in? Let me see your license registration. Like, motherfuckers, look, my paperwork match up. My address is on the same address, bro. What's the problem? Oh, the problem is I'm riding a brand new car, so now all of a sudden, like, you tripping over that. That's what you mad about because the car I'm driving in don't fit the description of what I should be riding in. You see, that's what it's called being profiled, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at the same time, sometimes you see certain things going on, like you be in the damn hood and shit like that, and you see a square ass Macaulay Culkin looking white boy in the hood, 10 o'clock at night, riding around in his brand new car, nice Benz and shit. Like, homeboy over here buying drugs, bro. It's evident, man. You can somewhat quote unquote profile this here scenario and see what's going on. But hey, that's how it is with Jake, man. Esau don't really know what it's like to be profiled or what it's like for Jake to be like this, because that's not the shoes that they have to fill, man. All right, they feel bad when people look at them a little strange, but when we walk into certain stores, they're like, we know this nigga can't afford to buy none of this, man. You see Jake in a nice big car, oh, he must be a drug dealer or something. How the hell he afford that car? That ain't his car. But hey, this, being sent to a strange speech or a strange language is of people that have understanding of what we talking about, man. All right, Jake know what it's like being Jake. All right, and Esau know what it's like being Esau, man. All right, and the two don't really know how to speak the same language. Even though we speak the same language, we don't know how to speak the same language, man. They know what it's like to go to south of France. They know what it's like to go on vacation over here and go vacation over there. Jake don't know what a lot of that shit is like, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake go to their grandma's house on vacation over the summertime. Go to their daddy's house on vacation over the summertime, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, this is two different people, man. All right? But going back, and another thing going with that, hey, well, we over here preaching and prophesying to you about being in captivity and being saved and delivered out, man. This shit hit a certain chord with Jake, because Jake know what it's like, man. Jake know what it's like having these curses upon you, man. You start reading about these things and you be like, yeah, that's how my life is for real, man. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. About going to work and for wages. It's like putting it into a bag with holes in it. You don't ever have enough, man. You know what that's like, man. But Esau was like, I don't know what these things. Y'all just making dumb decisions with your situation and everything else like that, man. But hey, this is two different manner of speech. But going back, this is where are we at? Oh, let me read this back again. This is verse 6. Let me go up to 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee into the house of Israel, speak with them my words unto them. So we were supposed to go to what? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speak the words that's in the scripture. Not to many people of a strange speech, so it's not for everybody. All right? The scripture clearly tell you about that. It tell you to go get to the children of Israel. Not to many people. So when we say, hey, this ain't for everybody, man, this is only for the Israelites, but mainly the elected Israel. People, well, what kind of God would only want one group of people? Hey, man, obviously you ain't been reading the scriptures, man, because this is all talking about the children of Israel through in and throughout, man. It says, not of many people of a strange speech, but of a hard language, whose words thou cannot understand. Surely I have sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. All right, so hey, and that's another thing, another major stumbling block unto our people, man. When we come around and we tell our people, salvation is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans only. All right, y'all gonna inherit the kingdom of heaven. All right, now, and that's on a different context because, you know, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established here on earth. All right, we're going to all be here. All right, but nevertheless, it's the position that you're going to be in. Just like right now, you know, me physically is standing inside of Esau's kingdom of heaven, but I'm in a position of hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Esau's the one that own up all this here shit out here, man. He the one that can tell you to advance or go back to where you came from, that type of, that, you know, he the one out here making the rules, man. So the same way, hey, when we tell you, hey, man, Jake is going to gonna inherit the kingdom of heaven, hey, our people get all upset about these things, man. Oh, man, what you mean, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, bro, how come, you know, look, if we went to these other nations and told them, hey, God chose, you know, let's say the Moabites, so-called Chinese people. Hey, God chose y'all to be the God's chosen people. He gonna put y'all up on high and everything else like that. They would, oh, yeah, word. Okay, yeah, we like hearing that. Everything is all good. You go to the so-called white man, tell him that, hey, God chose you to be his chosen people. He about to put you up on high and bless you and all. They, oh, yeah, cool. We like that. Even Jake would be on board with that. But when we tell our people that these things, oh, no, y'all racist, blah, blah, blah. Why would God have, and what they're really saying is, you know, they hate this so much with that Stockholm syndrome. Why would God love us like that, man? Why would God put us up on high like that? Why would God do any of these things for us like that, man? But hey, they don't really understand, man. You know, and that's actually let me see. This is actually, that's not what I wanted. This right here. Malachi chapter 1, verse 2, it says, I have loved you, saith Yahweh. Yet you say, where hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh, and yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons in the wilderness. So the question was, it says, I have loved you, saith Yahweh. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? So hey, we try to tell our people, hey man, the Lord love us. The Lord is coming to redeem us. And then our people say, you know, hey, again, what you mean God love us? He don't love everybody else? Like, what? Look, this is for you and you only, man. All right, you over here trying to bring everybody else up into this position. Everybody else had their time to rule, man. Just like in the beginning, the Lord had how does it say? Let me read it real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse. Deuteronomy 32 and 8, it says, when the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, and he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. And when you go back, you know, Israel was pretty much the last nation to be formed. All right, so hey, look, all these other nations, they got their land first. All these other nations got to rule first. Now Jacob's finally getting to rule at the very end. All right, you know what I'm saying? And in reality, hey, we got what? The smallest piece of land that there was anyway, man. So how you mad and you upset? Oh, God ain't fair, God ain't this, God ain't that. Hey, wait. We got ours last, man. And what you complaining about, man? We getting the rule last and everything else like that. What you complaining about, man? Everybody else got to have their time to rule on the earth. Look what they done into the earth. Now it's our time to finally rule, man. Now you finally getting your chance now. And now you upset about these things. But see, these are our people, our stiff-necked people, man. Hard-headed people, man. All right, asking questions. You tell them God love you and God gonna put you up on high. And you start asking about these other nations. But if we were sent to these other nations and told them the same thing, they would be on board with this right now. This is why they upset right about now, because they're not a part of the elect, man. They're not of the children of Israel. That's why they upset that they're not the Lord's chosen people. You mad that you are the Lord's chosen people and everybody else ain't gonna fit the description as well either, man. So, you know, these are these stiff-necked people that we talking about. But hey, there's gonna be that oh shit moment where they pretty much wake up to the point to where they see the fact of the matter, like, hey man, you know, there was a prophet among us the whole time, man. They tried warning us, but hey, like the scriptures say, you know, they loathed the law. When the place of repentance was open unto them, they despised it. All right, they're gonna have to learn after death by pain. 2/3 gonna have to be cut off and die because why? They didn't believe unto the words of the Lord when the men were set forth to prophesy unto them these things, man. All right, I gotta shut down because I'm running out of battery space. But I wanted to get into some of these things, you know, speaking on those topics. You know, maybe Lord's will, I'll do a video on it or two, but dealing with the MOTB, man. You know, you got these things as being signed in the law and signed in the office and things like that. as we speak, man. These things are coming around the corner and everything else like that. But hey, Jake is still out here taking things for granted. Jake is still out here, you know, living in a delusion, man. The whole everything around him is being exposed, man. Everything around him, the books are being opened before the firmaments. Everything is being made manifest. The end is made manifest. Matter of fact, we'll close out with that. The end is being made manifest. But Jake is still out here with their cognitive dissonance, man. 2 Ezra 9:1, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, then thou shalt understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be verse 2, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is manifest. Even so, also the times of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So, hey, man, speaking on hearkening into the prophets being out on the highways and the byways, warning you of these things from beforehand. Hey, man, the blood is off of our hands from telling you about these things, man. All right, but as these things are becoming made manifest, man, all right, as we getting closer and closer to the end, you're going to start seeing more and more of these things come to pass, man. All right, you want to seek the Lord early while he may be found, because there's going to be a point in time where what? There's going to be that famine of the word, and then all these things are going to be taken away from you. You're not going to be able to get rightful answers, man. Like the scripture say, you're going to find salt waters in the sweet, man. Friends are going to fight against friends like enemies, because why? You're going to have people just leading you astray and telling you all kind of things, leading you down the wrong path, and then you're going to wind up waking up one day and be like, man, I've been being misled the whole time. The people I thought was my homies, they all misled me down the path, man. All right, you're going to be waking up being real mad, like some of these people in these Israelite groups where their leadership is still lying to them about a lot of these things. But hey, as we going further and further down the line, and you're seeing more and more of these prophecies that we've been telling you is, coming to pass as being the truth. All right, you starting to look at the head of your congregation like, bro, y'all done lied to me about these things, man. Then you be feeling some type of way. I done wasted all this time, and when I thought that these things was right the whole time, and you told me that I was wrong for believing those things, and that, look, you got demons on you, brother. You got demons on you, brother. They over there wrong and everything else like that. Now all of a sudden you realizing that they was the demons the whole time, and they knew better, man. All right, this is what's gonna cause these friends to fight against friends like enemies in that point in time when they have to wake up to these things, man. All right, but hey, ultimately, Jake is gonna have to learn after death by pain, man. 2/3 are gonna have to find out, the hard way, man. All right, this again isn't for everybody, man. It's only for the elect, man. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth, and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.